Well, look what we have here. Another edition of Nighttime Knicks. We are back once again, y'all. Let's start the show. Let's get into it. I actually didn't say anything. I wanted to come in a little bit higher energy, but nothing too crazy because here tonight, unfortunately, the Knicks are one of those teams that will be resting their starters here tonight. So, real quick, no Jalen Brunson, no Karl Anthony Towns, no OG, I almost broke that thing, no OG Anunoby, no Mikal Bridges, no Mitchell Robinson. Here tonight, we will be starting. No Josh Hart. Josh Hart not playing tonight, right? I saw no starters. Is Josh Hart playing? Josh Hart has played 7 minutes in the preseason so far. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, no Josh Hart. He's not going to play tonight. Why would he? Miles McBride, Deucey, will be getting a start here tonight alongside Malcolm Brogdon. Who else is getting the start? I'm going to have to look it up again. Big Yabu, I assume, is going to go ahead and get the start. David House Jr., no Huck. No Huck is unfortunate because Huck has been fantastic. And to get, 28, 30 minutes of Huck tonight in a preseason game would have been spectacular, would have fed families, would have been great. And we're going to get Jordan Clarkson in the starting lineup as well. So maybe we can get Jordan Clarkson a night in a Knick uniform where he can really do his thing, dance with it, right? He going to ask a lot of people over to dance here tonight. He going to hit him with the little hesitation, little step backs. He's probably going to go 6 for 21 here tonight. But it's going to be an entertaining 6 for 21, right? That's what we're going to do. So we don't have to go through all of the player graphics like we usually do with the New York Knicks. Plus, it's preseason. We've gone through this a million times. We don't got to do all of that. Look at all the people showing up for the Knicks here tonight. Shout out to all of y'all. Susan, Big Rud, Sadu Barry, Alyssa Lester, David Oz Jr., Mark, my man, was popping everybody. Saw everybody. David Oz Jr., I said you already. Ricardo was popping. Brogdon night. Brogdon also getting the start in the backcourt alongside of Deuce McBride. Let me go ahead and look up the starting lineup because I did look at it before and I was like, okay, yeah, definitely no starters. They did mention that yesterday. There was a possibility that we're going to rest their starters here today. I don't love it, but you know, this is what happens when you're kind of a really good team and you got expectations on you. Where are the Knicks? Come on. Why does this platform do this? You know why I'm here. Well, I guess I got to look it up. Shake Luger, what's up, Shake? Happy to see you again, my brother. Appreciate you. But the Knicks are back. We get to watch our Knicks tonight. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, Ariel Hugporty, and Landry Shamet are all out of tonight's preseason game versus Washington. Okay, no Landry Shamet. So we're going to get a nice healthy dose of our guy, Garrison Matthews, right? Some Paco Daddier, some Tyler Kolek, some guys who, we're into. We want to see this. Joe, what's up, Joe? Where are the Knicks starting lineups? I saw this earlier. Why are you not showing it to me now? Relic, that's right, my man, Relic. What's up, Relic? Is it the first time I'm seeing you again this season? Relic was popping, my guy. Okay, so starting lineup for the Knicks, Malcolm Brogdon, Deuce McBride, Jordan Clarkson, Paco Daddier. We'll get the start of the 4. Not super hyped about him starting at the 4. We know he's not really a big. But okay, he's starting at the 4, and then starting really small with Big Gersh. Big Gersh over at the 5. My man Big Gershon Yabusele got his hands full here tonight starting at the 5. Okay, Big Gersh, right? As for the Washington Wizards, they got Bub Carrington, the rookie Trey Johnson, who I really like, Keyshawn George, Justin Champagnie, the brother of Julian Champagnie over on the Spurs, who all of a sudden can't miss a shot. I don't think I've ever seen that man miss a shot at this point. And Marvin Bagley III, who we're not really worried about. That's Marvin Bagley III. He's decent, he's fine, probably a good third-string center and whatnot. But we got Big Gersh down low to deal with Big Yabu. I'm not worried about it. The thing about a situation like this when you have a deep team like the Knicks, like the other night when we watched the Oklahoma City Thunder play and they said all their starters, you look up and you're like, who are these dudes playing? We know who Malcolm Brogdon is. We know who Deuce McBride is. We know who Jordan Clarkson is. Dadier is for like the Knicks fans who want to see the development of the young kid. So cool, that's fine. And we know who Gershon Yabusele is. So it's not like we're starting guys and we're like, Barnheiser starting? Okay. Not to throw any diss at a guy like Barnheiser. He's trying to make the league. He already made it to this level. So he's already a hooper, don't get me wrong. But on a night like tonight, when you have a deep team, the reason Mike Brown said the reason we're going to sit our starters is because we have so many guys we want to take a look at, want to give opportunities to, want to put in certain positions to see how they play and help them develop and get along. Like, we want to get more minutes for Malcolm Brogdon. He's still trying to make the team. We want to get more minutes for Dadier to kind of showcase him for a possible trade down the line. That's their reasoning, not my reasoning. That's their reasoning, right? We want to get Gershon Yabusele more minutes here in this offense as the 5. When we bring him off the bench, we might want him to play a little bit at the 5 just to see how it makes sense. Now, it's unfortunate we don't get Ariel Hukporty because getting Hukporty and Yabusele maybe in the starting lineup to bring Dadier off the bench or something like that, or maybe one of the guards. We're going 3 guard starting lineup tonight. Probably would have been preferable, but I think Hukporty is more out with like a little nagging injury thing. Like, I don't know, like his thumb is sore. I don't know. I'm just making something up. I don't know for sure. But I thought I read somewhere, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Not 100% sure on this, but that like Hukporty and Shamit had like a nagging injury, and they were just like, we'll sit them out. We know what those guys are capable of. We're not worried about them, so just sit them out. Like if you have a hangnail in preseason, you're just gonna sit out, no questions asked, right? So that may be a reason for them being out, because it would have been unfortunate because Hukporty and Yabusele in the front court with Huck at the 5 and Yabu at the 4. Would have been nice. It would have been really nice, but it is what it is. We're here in preseason, so we're just gonna get to watch these dudes get up and down the court. Expect this lineup to, they're gonna run. They're gonna run. Mike Brown wants them to run. These boys are gonna run, right? My man DCL Love, happy to see you again, my brother. Happy to see you again. Keith Modeste, I think I called you out earlier, but either way, we'll shout out my man Keith Modeste. Appreciate you, my man. So we're going to get a real interesting night with the Knicks. Again, we're going to get a lot of Garrison Matthews. We're going to get a lot of Tyler Kolek. Who else are we going to get a lot of at the end of the bench? Trey Jemison's going to get to play. Did I say Garrison Matthews? We're going to get a lot of Garrison Matthews with no Landry, Shamit, guys like that. Dottie, we're going to play. Maybe we get a whole lot of Mo Diawara. You know I'm always down for Mo Diawara. Always down for Mo Diawara. That's my guy. That's my new guy. That's my new, right? Dottie was my guy last year. Mo Diawara is my guy this year. always gonna rep the rookies. Always going to root for their success and their continued development and whatnot. So here today, I'm rooting for my guy Mo Diawara. Hopefully we get a lot of minutes of Big Mo. I do real quick. Look at this. Am I missing anybody for the Knicks before we get over to the Wizards? Trey Jemison, we're going to play. Tyler Kolek. We're going to probably see some Alex Len. Garrison Matthews, we're going to see Deuce. Kevin McCullough, we're going to see a lot of. I didn't know Alex O'Connor was here. I didn't know Chuma Okeke was here. Is this true? It's got to be because they were on the team last year. Yeah, they were on the team last year, so they don't. Okay. I didn't know they were still on the team. I didn't know they was available. Anyway, I think this is ESPN's messed up way of, like, not fully updating the rosters. I don't think Alex O'Connor, Chuma Okeke are still here. I think they've been out here for a minute. Karen, what's up, Karen? Happy to see you. Paul Dog NYC, what's up, Big Paul? So anyway, those are our Knicks. Again, not much to go over. All the starters are going to be out. All the key role players are going to be out except for, like, Deuce, Yabu, Clarkson's going to play. And then we're going to get a look at Brogdon, a bigger look at Brogdon, who's likely going to make the team. So we'll see. We'll see. As for the Wizards, actually, I don't need that. So as for the Wizards, here we go. Their extremely young team is going to start with us talking about an old dude. C.J. McCollum, who got traded to the Washington Wizards for Jordan Poole, sending him over to the Pelicans, sending C.J. McCollum over to this young Wizards team. This is truly what he gets. This is truly what C.J. McCollum gets, because how dare he agree to that CBA? How dare he agree to that CBA? Because now we're witnessing a time where you're not allowed to keep your team together past 2 or 3 years in fear of going into the second apron. And so all these guys all of a sudden got to take deals on their contract, discounts on their contract. And it was like, man, because you couldn't beat the Warriors? Forget it. That's another story. That's another conversation for another day. Let's go over C.J. McCollum, the player. C.J. McCollum, 21.1 points per game last year, but the efficiency starting to take a hit as he's starting to get a little bit older. The reason for bringing him in, mentor and guide some of the young guys on this Washington team. They're trying to become a little bit more mature as an organization, getting away from some of the knucklehead activity that they had previously by starring guys like Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma, who are now in more adult situations. Kuzma obviously in Milwaukee, Poole now going over to the Pelicans. We'll see how that works out. But I've always kind of been a little bit of a fan of Poole, even if he is a little bit chaotic, a little bit of a Jordan Clarkson, right? Matthew Voles, what's up, Matthew? Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. I'm ready to go. Right, so C.J. McCollum, he's really brought in here. He's going to put up points. Efficiency is going to take a hit because he's on a bad young team and whatnot. But he's here to guide and mentor the up-and-coming Wizards guys. Right, we're going to stick with the old veterans. I don't think Chris Middleton's going to play. He's not in the starting lineup, so he's not playing, actually. I do know that. He's not playing. If he's not in the starting lineup, he's not playing. Chris Middleton, still pretty solid when healthy. The issue is that just hasn't been healthy the last 3 or 4 years, which is why he got shipped up out of Milwaukee, even though he's a beloved player and Giannis loves Chris Middleton. They came up together in Milwaukee, developed together to the point where Chris Middleton made himself an all-star, but age, a riddled injury history has led him to a point where last year, coming off the injuries, playing with Washington in the second half of the season, 12 points per game. This is a guy who was north of 20 plus for like 3-4 years there as Milwaukee was contending for championships. So he's obviously not the player he used to was, but similar situation. They traded Kyle Kuzma, a knucklehead, over for Chris Middleton to sort of bring some legitimacy over to the Washington Wizards, some maturity and whatnot, right? So we got Chris Middleton over there. We're not going to focus on the box scores for Chris Middleton, on the counting stats for Chris Middleton. Really just the efficiency is what's going to be important, but he's going to be out there mostly, similar to C.J. McCollum, to mentor the young guys, especially those wings, who he was a guy who came up through the G League, and so to be there to mentor young guys like a A.J. Johnson or a Kaishan George or the rookie that they just drafted, Trey Johnson, who has a similar game to Chris Middleton coming up right now. Lionel Monas, my man Lionel Monas, I'm happy to see you again, my brother. Appreciate you. Is this the first time we're meeting again here in Season 4? Happy to see you, Lionel. Chris Middleton is a guy who had to work his way up from literally nothing. And so to have him on this team with all these young guys is a great kind of a mentor and a guy with the level of experience that he has to guide a lot of these young guys who are coming into the league as high draft picks because Washington's bad every year, thinking, oh, I'm going to go to the Wizards and I'm going to carve out a role for myself and we're going to be good right away and whatnot, or I'm going to be good right away and then we'll figure it out. Like, no. Sometimes it don't go that way. And I think Chris Middleton's the perfect kind of guy, and C.J. McCollum are perfect kind of guys in combination as older veteran players who have accomplished things in this league, who are now kind of on the back ends of their career to sort of guide a new era of Washington Wizards basketball. And that's the goal with why these two guys are on this team and why they'll garner some minutes and whatnot. And then we get to the young guys. Let's get to the young guys. We got one more veteran-ish kind of guy. He's been with the Wizards his whole career, but we'll get to him in a second. Now we get to the second overall pick in last year's draft, Alex Sarr, going into his second season. Last year, not a terrible rookie year, but obviously, look, the field goal percentage, under 40% for a big at 7 feet tall, couldn't even shoot 40% from the field, is horrendous. Mostly because this guy wants to be a three-point shooter, he wants to be a stretch big, but he has not shown the capability of being a consistent stretch big. The jump shot doesn't look broken or anything. Just probably needs reps and all the repetition in the world to sort of get it down pat, maybe work with a shooting coach to speed it up a little bit. But the 68% from the foul lines are not a great indicator of his shooting touch and whatnot, but the number needs to go up. I don't care about these numbers right now. I mean, maybe rebounds need to go a little bit higher, but this number is the most important development number for him this year. He needs to be north of 45% at least, right, going into his second year. Like, needs to make a leap into this spot right here, his efficiency. You can't be a 7-foot-tall big, shoot under 40% from the field. That just not is something that is going to be viable. You will find yourself out of the league in a snap, right? So that's the thing he needs to work on. The defense is already kind of there, not fully, but you could see that if he keeps developing and working and gaining experience, he'll be a good enough rim protector, good enough big man defender that He's a viable player on defense. The issue is that he's not a viable player on offense right now. We get over to the Bilal Coulibaly, who, him and Trey Johnson, are the sort of kind of building blocks that Washington is hoping to be able to build on, right? Hopefully they're stable building blocks. Coming off a pretty disappointing last year, dealing with a bunch of injuries. 12.3 points, 5 boards, 3.4 assists wasn't great, but a jump in assist numbers was a nice thing to see. Okay, he's developing more as an on-ball guy. Can he continue to do that? 42% from the field isn't great. Again, efficiency on a bad team like this is always going to be down. But these are the things that are indicators of a team is getting better, is when you start to see efficiency from its players start to rise. 74% from the foul line, 74.5% from the foul line isn't bad for a guy who's a 6'8 wing, who's trying to be more of an on-ball creator, who's really, really young. 28% from three-point range is an issue. It brings down your shooting percentage. If you can't knock down perimeter shots as a perimeter player, those are the issues. Young guy, 2.1 turnovers, 3.4 assists, also not great. But again, young guy, bad team, continuing to learn. It's going to be the story of a lot of these guys. My man, Not Joe. What's up, Not Joe? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We get the Bub Carrington coming off of a pretty decent rookie year. An exciting rookie year is probably how I would say it. 6'4", kind of point guard, kind of shooting guard, kind of combo guard. Is going to have to learn to be more of a point guard, but he has the capability to do so, similar to everybody else we just talked about, similar to guys who will continue to talk about. This number right here is the number that needs to improve. 40% from the field is not good enough, even if you're a guard. We talked about it being horrendous for a big man. It's still horrendous for a guard. You got to be north of, let's start at 42%, because 42% is bad. But if you can get give me 43%, I'll go, okay, there's room for improvement there. 40% tells me you're not getting any good looks, right? 81% from the foul line is a good indication that the jump shot is, your shooting touch is there. 33.9% from three-point range is an okay starting base for a guy who is more of a mid-range assassin in college and expanding his range to the three-point line in the NBA, right? It's a decent indicator that he's going to be able to do that at least to the point where he can be capable of knocking down three-point shots with regularity, right? We get over to the fact that he might be a big point guard. 9.8 points per game, damn near 10 points. 4.2 rebounds, 4.4 assists is pretty good for a guy who's not really a traditional point guard. Not really a traditional point guard, right? 4.4 assists is impressive to me, at least, for a rookie, kind of non-point guard trying to learn the point guard position on a bad team, by the way, with only 1.4 turnovers. This number should be higher, which is why I'm pretty high on Bub Carrington developing those point guard skills, because this number should be higher. 1.7 turnovers, right? Like, that's a good number to be at for a starting point guard. That's a great number to be at for a starting point guard. Under 2 turnovers a game is a great number to be at. So the fact that he was capable of taking care of the ball to this degree as the season continued to go on a bad team with guys who can't necessarily, we've gone through, 3, 4, 5 guys now. None of them have shot well from the perimeter. Even the veteran guys with Chris Middleton and CJ McCollum, not necessarily known for their efficiency from the field at this point in their careers. So 4.4 assists to 1.7 turnovers is a strong indicator that Bub Carrington's on his way, right? Coming off of exciting rookie year. Needs to be better, obviously, but there's room for improvement. So we get to Corey Kispert, and this is the guy I was talking about, kind of a veteran on this team at this point. He's going to his, I believe this is his 5th season, I believe. Could be wrong about that. You can double check me. Actually, I'm going to adjust graphics as the season goes on. We're going to take away this weight thing, because the weight is irrelevant in the NBA. They're not even accurate anyway with the way they label it and whatnot. So we're going to change it to what year they're going to be currently in this season, right? So that's what we'll do, because that's more important. That's more relevant information. But back to Corey Kispert. 11.6 points per game, 3 rebounds, 1.7 assists to 1 turnover, 0.2 blocks, 0.4 steals. None of that really matters, because this is the only number that really matters for Corey Kispert when it comes to counting stats. 36.4% from three-point range is not the greatest for a guy who's supposed to be considered a three-point marksman. The issue is Corey Kispert plays on a really bad team, and they don't generate any good open looks for him, right? The thing with Corey Kispert, going back to his Gonzaga days, my man from Gonzaga, 6'6" from Gonzaga, he's an excellent off-ball mover. He's not a terrible defender. He's not anything to write home about, but he's not going to torpedo your defense. He's going to be good enough. He's perfectly fine as a defender. This is where his value is, as a perfectly fine defender. The fact that he should be able to light it up from three-point range, and he just hasn't so far in his career, I would like to attribute most of that to it being him on a bad team and never playing with a true point guard who can get him easy shots, or in a true offense that can generate those easy looks, or playing alongside players who can garner attention and then spray it out to him. Playing alongside guys like Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma are not conducive to him being able, they're not conducive to him being able to generate, or not even generate, to be able to get good catch and shoot opportunities, right? He's a good enough off-ball mover that you should be able to use him as a, like, obviously a smaller down version of like a Klay Thompson. Run him off a million screens. Run him along the baseline 100 times a game, right? Especially considering he's coming off the bench, right? Even if they do decide he's got to be a starter out there because we need to be able to stretch the floor, the guy should be able, you should be able to run an offense where you can get Corey Kispert better looks that he can shoot 36.4% from three. Or the other reason that the percentage is as low as it is, and it's not a bad percentage, it's about average. The issue is that he should have the reputation of being a fantastic knockdown three-point shooter, and he kind of has the reputation without having the level of production to show for it. And again, it's one of two things. It's one, bad Wizards team that can't generate good looks for him, or two, Corey Kispert has that reputation, but isn't necessarily that guy. I think it's the first one. I think he's on a bad team. I think if another team traded for Corey Kispert, all of a sudden he'd be a 38, 39 three-point shooter, maybe even a 40% three-point shooter, and then all of a sudden the whole league is like, wow, this guy was hiding in plain sight. Anybody could have went and grabbed him. I really like Corey Kispert. I think our Knicks should go out and grab this guy if they ever have the opportunity to do so. Any team who goes out and grabs Corey Kispert, I think is going to make immediately, I think it's going to pay huge dividends for them. Similar to when Dallas went out and grabbed Gafford away from Washington. All of a sudden, people are like, oh, there's a starting center over there. I didn't know this guy in Washington was good. Similar, right? Who was the other guy? P.J. Washington. No, P.J. Washington was not on Washington. My bad. Who was the other guy on Washington that went to another team and all of a sudden it was like, hey, that guy's good. Either way, Corey Kispert, good at basketball. And then we get to the rookie. 6'6", out of Texas, Trey Johnson, known as, what did I write here? Known as a bucket getter, three-point shooter, but Trey Johnson comes in as a sharp-shooting bucket getter. Literally, I just said that. See, me and my past self, on the same wavelength. Washington will invest in him heavily and will have ample opportunity on a bad young Wizards team, right? So he just has to show what he can do on an NBA level. We know what he can do on a college level, but the NBA is extremely different, right? Extremely different. Right? You might be able to handle the ball as a shaky ball handler in college and be able to get buckets, but in the NBA, that's not going to fly. That's not going to fly, especially as a highly touted rookie, was he the 5th pick in the draft, I believe? So a top 5 draft pick, maybe 5 or 6 or whatever, as a definite top 8 draft pick, people are going to have their sights set on you. You're not going to be able to sneak up on anybody. Everybody knows that you have a target on your back as a rookie. You're already going to be targeted defensively. We'll see how he holds up. Got the size, 6'6", is kind of a guard-wing combo and whatnot, obviously. So we'll see how you hold up defensively. I don't think it's going to be pretty because it's never pretty for rookies unless rookies come in with a defensive kind of a background like a Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, defensive rookies that we know in the past. Trey Johnson's going to be tested defensively. How will that impact his offense? Will he be able to generate his own offense? Will he have to rely on teammates to generate offense for him? If that is the case, boy, oh boy, will it be a long year for Trey Johnson. The efficiency will take a hit because it's not going to be easy for them to do so on a bad Wizards team. So he'll have ample opportunity, like I said, to experiment with different play styles, with different ways of getting to his game, right? Can he show that he has the propensity and the possible development path of being a ball handler? Or is he more of an off-ball scorer? And so if that's the case, then we'll have to start to adjust our offense to run him off of a bunch of screens, run him as a secondary option off of a pick-and-roll set or whatever. We'll have to wait and see on Trey Johnson, obviously. But he comes in highly touted, top 8 pick in the past draft. I believe he was the 5th pick. Either way, Trey Johnson is expected to have a big impact on this Wizards team, mostly because they need shooting. Trey Johnson can provide shooting at the very least. Now, Joe said, when did the game start? It is officially 7:29, so we got about 10-ish minutes to go because the NBA can never start their games on time. They say the game will tip off at 7:30, but really it's probably going to tip off closer to 7:40. Right? Speaking of, because it's 7:30, I can go ahead and throw the game on, and then we can get ready to get it started right away. If MSG want to give it to us. Hasn't started yet. Started at 7:30. Well, it's 7:30 right now. All right. We'll give it another minute or two for Gotham Sports app. Not a great streaming service, y'all. Not a great streaming service. I wish I could tell y'all, all right, it's 7:30 and I refreshed the page, just still didn't work. Didn't matter. All right. K Hazy said, Deuce high score tonight. Who's going to be the highest scoring player tonight? Is it going to be Deuce? It might be Deuce. I tend to think it might be somebody else, though. Right? I don't know how much Deuce will play tonight. I think that's the thing. Like, Deuce may be the kind of player where he plays the first half and then we don't see him in the second half. I'm hoping it's somebody we don't anticipate, like a Dadier. Maybe Cole comes in and he has the kind of night he had in Summer League where he can't miss and he's knocking down shots from all over the place. Will Garrison Matthews lead us? Will he get hot from the perimeter? I tend to think it's going to be somebody like that. Will Kevin McCullough just take it upon himself to go to the rim? Right? He's kind of a guy who fits in here. David Hodge Jr. said Brogdon. See, similar to McBride, I don't know how much Brogdon's going to play. He might play the first half and then we don't see him in the second half because he is a veteran. You don't need to play a whole preseason game, right? Gallo89, what's up, Gallo? What's the best streaming service for the Knicks you have used? None of them are good. That's a good question, Gallo. That's a good question because none of them are good. I wish I could tell you that it was the Gotham Sports app because it's really the only way you can stream the MSG network. Since they're not a part of like any of the other places, they're not a part of Fubo, not a part of YouTube TV, not a part of any of these other streaming packages that will give you live television. The best way to watch the Knicks, unfortunately, is through cable TV, right? Obviously, a lot of people have cut the cord. I've cut the cord and whatnot. But so that means in order to watch Knicks games, I have to stream the game. In order to stream the game legally, I'm only going to talk about legally. In order to stream the game legally, it has to be through the Gotham Sports app, and it's not a great streaming platform at all. It's very delayed. A lot of buffering issues every now and again. Like, you just experience a lot of buffering. It's tough, Gallo. It's tough. It's a tough world out here. My man, Finn. Yes, sir, Finn. Back with the trolling. Appreciate you, Finn. Appreciate you having in here. Oh, man. David said this year's going to be weird without TNT. It'll be an adjustment. I don't think it's going to take that long to adjust, though. I think NBC is going to be really good. I'm high on NBC's potential, right? I'm high on NBC's potential. I hope it works out well. They have a good group of dudes. They got Jamal Crawford, who I really like as an analyst. They have Blake Griffin, who I think is really funny and a really good analyst. So, Mark said, if you're outside of Tri-State, League Pass works well. Yes, that's a great point, Mark. I mean, me being in the New York area, I'm in New Jersey, in the New York, New Jersey area, geez Louise. If you're in that area, then obviously you can't stream Knicks games through League Pass because it's a blackout area. But if you're outside in a different state, out on the West Coast, wherever in the world, we're going global now this year. A lot of global people. NBA League Pass is great. NBA League Pass is great. Unfortunately, I can't watch NBA League Pass Knicks games. Blacked out for me. Brightest Future, what's up, Brightest Future? Happy to see you again, man. Happy to see you again. Daniel tells him, what's up, Daniel? He said Blake Griffin sucks. I like Blake Griffin. I like Blake Griffin a lot personally. I think he's funny. I think he's got a good sense of humor about himself. He can laugh at himself. Got a little Charles Barkley in him. I think he's gonna win a lot of people around. And also, he's a good analyst. Still, obviously freshly retired. I think he's 2 or 3 years removed from playing in the league, so still really fresh. Still understands modern basketball. Understands it more than a lot of those TNT guys who have openly said we don't really watch basketball anymore. So I think it was time to move on from the TNT guys. They're only going to be around this season like 3 or 4 or 5 times, something like that, like a handful of times over on ESPN. Like, they're not going to use them that often. Unfortunately. Mark said maybe use a VPN. That's a great point, Mark. That's a great point. If you have NBA League Pass, see, the issue then at that point though, Mark, is then you're paying for League Pass and then you're also paying for a VPN just to change your IP address just to watch Knicks basketball. It's a lot. Now, if you can afford it, if that's an option you want to take it. I think having a VPN is a pretty good idea anyway. I've been reaching out to these VPN companies, telling them exactly what you just said, Mark. Telling them exactly what you just said. It would be a great partnership. None of them gone back to me. I'm just saying. I'm reaching out. I'm trying. I'm trying. DC I Love said, there's also a blackout on pass when your local station airs Knicks games. Yeah. You're in the New York area. I believe it's when a state touches the state that the team plays in. So all New York and all of the surrounding states are blacked out from Knicks games, unfortunately. Surprise texture. What's up, Surprise? Do you think the Wizards can win over 8 games this year? I think the Wizards will be spunky and fun. I think they'll get to mid to late 20s wins, like somewhere between 25 and 30. Joe, my man Relic, appreciate you, Joe. Appreciate you. Chi-Chi, my man Chi-Chi was popping, my man was popping. Getting ready for the game. Can I put it on? Can I put it on yet? Are we good? Are we good, Gotham Sports App? All right, we're good. We're live. We're here. We're live. We're streaming the game. We got it ready to go. We got about like 3-4 minutes until we get to tip-off. So. Okay, Hazy said, wow, high hopes. I think they're going to be one of those spunky young teams that win, that like, some teams are going to go in to play the Wizards and be like, oh, it's an easy night, it's the Wizards. And then a guy like Trey Johnson is going to be shooting the lights out of the gym, similar with like a Bub Carrington, or maybe it's Alex Sarr's night, and they're going to win a handful of games that way. I think it's going to be something like 25 to 30. Like probably like 27, 28 wins is what I predict. Mark said, I'm in the DC area and this game is blacked out, but I usually truck down to DC to see them live and take advantage of the cheaper Knicks tickets, MSG, Mid-Atlantic. Yeah. I mean, it's also great that you're in that area because obviously tickets to MSG, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Gigi said, do you think we're getting Jonas at the trade deadline? I tried to tell you about that Jonas Valanciunas, man. Tried to tell you. Nostalgic Nick, what's up, Nostalgic? Happy to see you. So no Landry Shamet. Coach was just going over. And we're going to get ready for the tip-off here. About 3-ish minutes. Let's get everything ready. Get ourselves situated. Over to our scoreboard watch. Oh, by the way, we made a couple of stream updates. Have something so we could actually look at the chat. Welcome to the chat. Chat, say hello. Say hello to yourselves. There you are. Made a couple of upgrades there so we could actually see and read chat now. Cool. Awesome. Made a nice little box for it. It's a little small. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. A little small. Again, we're adjusting. Actually, I could do it right now. I could literally, I don't know why I said I got to wait on that. I could literally just click on it and maybe just make it a little bit bigger like this. It's a little easier to see. A little bit easier to see. Is that in the way of Gamecast? No, we should be all right with Gamecast. We'll adjust as the stream goes on. We'll figure it out. But there you go. You can say hello to yourselves. You can see each other. You can interact. You don't have to look at chat. You can look at chat on screen. You can look at chat on your phone, on your computer, wherever you're watching it. We're here. There you are. I wanted you guys on screen so I could see y'all too. You can see the chat as it goes as well. This is the same. This is the same. Speaking of being the same, I didn't change the scoreboard. I'm slacking. My bad. I didn't change the scoreboard for us. We're not watching Thunder Pacers, which was a pretty bad game. We didn't even watch the fourth quarter of that game. We are watching Knicks versus Wizards. Boom. There we go. See how fast? See how fast that is? Also, why are we on the bottom? We should be on the top. Hold on. Let me do it again. Knicks versus Wizards. We're on the bottom. All right. Home team should be on the bottom, right? Home team's on the bottom. So, there we are. Michael Rogers, what's up, Michael Rogers? Nick Yak, what's up, Nick Yak? Also, something that, so when we want to look at box scores, instead of having the box score and this little tiny screen in the middle here, this is really just for the Gamecast. When we go look at box scores, we now have this guy. A little bit easier. I'm tinier, so we can go over to a box score. Let's go over to literally any box score right now. We can go here. Boom. This is Gamecast. I don't want Gamecast. I want box score. Boom. Here we go. And we're here. I don't have chat. Why is my light? Let me fix my light real quick. Shine over here. Thank you. A little bit better. We can come here. I'm smaller. If I step back towards the green screen, I'm smaller. We can point out stats. I'll make the screen a little bit bigger. Obviously, when we actually go through it, like this. Boom. There. I'm smaller. We can go through it. I'm not covering all of the numbers. I can step side to side. We'll figure it out as we go and whatnot. So slowly but surely, I'm tinier. Yes, sir. I'm small. I made myself smaller, right? Sometimes you just got to get out of the way. I just got to get out of the way of the numbers. We want to look at the numbers. We want to talk about the players, all of that. Got to look at the box scores. So we're getting ready for tip-off. Let's get back to the game. My man, Mr. Furley. Appreciate you, Mr. Furley. Appreciate you. Also, I got rid of your thing just as we were swooning you. Appreciate you, my man, Mr. Furley. There you are. There you are, my boy. There you are. Robert, my man Rob. What's up, Big Rob? My man Bobby. Yes, sir. Sergeant Bobby. Go Knicks, baby. Yes, sir, Sarge. Yes, sir. Yak said, Washington was great yesterday from what I've seen half a game. They're young and spunky. They're young and spunky. My man George. What's up, George? Any word on Josh Hart? I think Josh Hart is just being Josh Hart, George. I think he's just chilling. I think he's just chilling in the back. Doesn't want to play preseason. You hit 30. You officially hit 30. He's getting them back spasms. I don't think it's a big deal. I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to be all right. Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? Always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure to see your name hit the chat, Big Rud. DCL Love said, love the graphics. I appreciate you, man. I put a lot of work in the offseason just to get everything ready. I'm not a graphics designer. This is the best I could do. Maybe I could do a little bit better. But this was literally my first attempt at making them. I wanted everything to be as big as possible. So even when it's tiny like this in the corner, you could still kind of see the numbers, right? It's not too bad. Not too bad. Obviously, we just went over it. Over the big screen, that was the big idea. But, you know, it'll cycle through all the players, all the rotation players that we'll see here today, or during the regular season. Because it's preseason, we're going to see a lot of guys who aren't going to be a part of the rotation. Brooklyn Wolfpack, what's up, Brooklyn? Is anyone's MSG channel messed up? Anybody getting messed up with MSG channel, man? That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I'm watching the stream for the MSG channel, but it's a stream of it, so it might just be your location, Brooklyn Wolfpack. Mr. Furley, you did your thing, bro. I appreciate you, Mr. Furley, man. I appreciate you. I really, really do. I tried. I'm just trying to put on an entertaining show. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. So here we go, getting ready for the tip. Bagley versus Yabu. Yabu wins the tip. Yes, sir, big Yabu. Here we go. Where's my mic? Let's get it. Clarkson hands it off to Dadier up top to Brogdon. Brogdon over to Yabu. Yabu fakes the handoff, keeps it, gets it over to Brogdon. Brogdon being guarded by Carrington. Over to Yabu. Yabu out to McBride up top. Jab step coming to his left. Step back three over Bub. Can't get it to go. Bagley comes flying in for the rebound. We're going the other way. Change your game cast? My bad. My bad. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Get the game cast going. Zoom it out a little bit. There we go. And then Trey Johnson gets Washington started with a pull-up three. Can't get it to go. Knicks with the rebound. Yabusele has it at the top. Gets it over to McBride. McBride coming to his right. Off the Yabu screen. Pocket pass to Yabu. Pick and pop. Extra pass. Dadier left corner three. Knock me down. Knock me down, Dadier. Knock me down. I'm rooting for you. Finally, he knocked one down the other day. Maybe that'll take the lid off the basket for the young kid who has struggled to shoot it so far here in the preseason. That should be your thing. You should be a shooter. Trey Johnson tries to get one going. He gets that one to go. Can't leave that guy open. The shot looks sweet for him. Tied at three. Brogdon hands it off to Dadier. Dadier being guarded by Champagnie. Hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson's been quiet so far. Ball hasn't hit his hand too much. He already said when the ball hits my hands, I'm putting it up. Brogdon down the lane, kicks it out to Dadier. Dadier trying to answer with two in a row. Two in a row for Dadier. Yes, sir. He said, "You don't trade me. I'm a marksman. Don't trade me. I got it going here tonight." Kaishan George has it up top, coming to his left off the Bagley screen, driving it down. Brogdon trying to stay with him. Fends him off well, uses his body and his length. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Bagley knocks it away from Dadier. Dadier, you got to sneak in there, snatch that rebound. Come on, big dog. You got to be big and strong. Dadier bringing it down. being guarded by Champagnie. Gets it over to Brogdon. Brogdon fakes the handoff, keeping it. Now hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson gets it over to Dadier. Dadier back to Clarkson. Clarkson coming to his right off the Yabu screen. A pull-up three for Clarkson. Looks good. Got space. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Carrington rips it away. Big and tall. Skies over McBride there. Sprays it out to Keyshawn George. A pull-up three. Got it to go. And these Wizards want to run and gun. They got no conscience. When they say it's a long two? No, they scored before. My bad. So it's 8-6. On the tip-in. I forgot to give him the 2 points for the tip-in. Brogdon, quick crossover to his left. Leaning in. Pump fake, steps through, scoop play with the left hand, can't get it to go, looking for a foul call. They're not going to give it to him. Here comes the rookie Trey Johnson pushing it, hit ahead to Keyshawn George. The pass was off a little bit. Clarkson is back to defend. Now George has him in the post, backing him down, using his newly added strength in the offseason. Back out to Trey Johnson, struggling with his handle against Clarkson here. A pull-up three over him. That's what he wants to do. Too long, can't get it to go. Long rebound out to Bagley. Back out to Carrington. Carrington being guarded by Dadier. Driving it down. Again, fending the defender off with his body. A step-back mid-range jumper is go-to, and he gets it to go down. And a timeout from the New York Knicks. Want to talk a couple of things over, but the Washington Wizards look very comfortable out there. They're looking comfortable, y'all. Like I said, don't underestimate your opponent. That was early in the game. We'll get to it. We'll get to early in the game and whatnot. But they look very comfortable out there. Young kids don't have a conscience. They're feeling themselves. We're young. A lot of people not expecting a lot of us. You got to come out. You got to come out. Buzzer beater. What's up, buzzer beater? Hashtag we mean business. Absolutely. I mean, that's the mentality the Wizards have right now. They're coming out and they're saying they're resting their starters. Oh, really? Y'all gonna rest your starters? Watch this. We're gonna have some fun. Right? We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna get out. We're gonna get y'all running. We're gonna spray the ball out. Flacco M, what's up, Flacco? Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Let's go, Nick. Let's do it. Let's do it. Nostalgic Nick said showcasing. Pacom will be traded. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Likely. It'll likely happen based off of all the reporting. Not that I want it to happen. It'll likely happen, unfortunately. But I'll tell you this. The more he showcases, the higher the price. Not really. The price is probably already set. But, you know, he's showing some things for sure. For sure. Kiana Bryan, what's up, Kiana? Yeah, I said Washington will run and run. They did yesterday. I mean, when you're young and you know you're not going to be a good team, you might as well focus on the offense first. Get your offense right. And they got a lot of offensive guys. Keyshawn George is a shooter and a scorer trying to expand his game. They know Trey Johnson is a shooter that wants to expand his game. They got Bub Carrington doing his thing, wants to be a better point guard, wants to be a better distributor, wants to showcase that he could be more than just maybe a shot chucker, where he can do a little bit of everything. Be a point guard out there. So they got scores. They got guys to go out there and get buckets. Nostalgic Nick said, trade Pacom, sign Betts. Seems like that is their plan. Seems like that is their plan. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like, I don't know, maybe get Shamet out of there and have Brogdon in there, you know? I think between Shamet and Brogdon, I prefer not Shamet and Brogdon. Between Shamet and Dadier, I prefer Dadier just because of the future growth. But then I think in future growth, they're thinking this season, we got to win a championship this season. Who do we trust more? They trust Shamet more. Unfortunately, they might be right about that. They might be right about that. Here we go. Brogdon will bring it down. Some full court pressure. The rookie Trey Johnson picking up Brogdon here. Putting a lot of trust in the kid. Brogdon has it up top. Not like Brogdon's going to blow past him anyway. Gets it over to Yabusele. Yabusele hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson driving it down. Leans in. Step back. Little fall away mid-range jumper. It's a good shot. Hit the front of the rim. Got a nice friendly bounce as he gets to the drop down. McBride almost got a steal in the backcourt. Washington being a little lackadaisical with the basketball. Carrington has it up top. Driving to his right. Gets it over to Bagley. Bagley hands it off to George. Driving it down. Off the screen. Little mid-range pull-up jumper. Too short. Can't get it to go. Bagley tips the rebound to himself and able to tap it up and in. Can't keep Marvin Bagley off the glass right now as the Knicks are small. No Towns, no Robinson, no Hook Porty. Clarkson hands it off to McBride. They get it back to Clarkson, going along the baseline. Between the legs, pulls it back in the paint. Pump fake, spins, steps through, gets trapped. And they give Clarkson a travel there. You got to give it up a little quicker than that. You're hitting him with all the moves, and that's great, Clarkson. You got in the paint, hit him with the move, pivoted. Maybe don't pivot to the defender. Once you pivot it out, Yabusele's starting to spray it out to the corner. That's when you got to swing it to him. We'll get there. Chemistry not there all the way, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Yvette, what's up, Yvette? Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? Champagny has it, kicks it out to Trey Johnson. Johnson hands it off to Keyshawn George. George up top, gets it over to Bagley. Bagley over to Johnson. Johnson coming to his left off the handoff. He's got space, driving it down, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Dadier snatches the rebound after defending the floater. Here comes Bacom Dadier. Hands it off to McBride. Driving to his left on Carrington. Behind the back, stop, turn, spin. Ooh, Carrington almost hit the floor there. Good moves from Deuce, but he got nowhere with it. So they kick it back out to Dadier. Coming to his right up the Yabu screen. Sprays it up top to McBride. He's going to settle for a straightaway three, well contested. Can't get it to go. Knicks not running great offense here, as nobody could really break down the defense right now, except for maybe Clarkson, but he's not the best decision maker. Johnson has it on the right wing, coming to his left off the Bagley screen. Pocket pass to Bagley. Bagley's going to try to make something out of nothing. Lefty floater in the lane, gets it to go over Yabu. Yabu just not tall enough to defend that right there. We know Bagley got a nice soft touch. He was the number 2 overall pick for a reason. McBride driving down to his left, got a full lane to the basket, full head of steam. Gets the lefty layup to go. Seeing Deuce McBride finish with the lefty layup in the paint, well contested from Bagley. Tried to come over for the shot block, and he still got it to go. It was a great sign because he struggled to finish interior, driving to the basket last season. Bagley has it up top, being guarded by Yabu. Gets it over to Champagny. Champagny gets some space, no hesitation three, and he banks it in. It might be one of those kind of nights for Washington where everything's going in. Let's see how the Knicks handle this kind of shooting pressure right now from the opponent. Washington looks very good, very comfortable out there. McBride hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson up top to Brogdon. Brogdon being guarded by George. Coming to his right off a ghost screen from Yabu. Over to Yabu. Pick and pop three. They leave him alone, and he makes him pay. That's what we need to see from Big Yabusele, the dancing bear. That's what I need to see, Big Yabu. Here comes George bringing it down against Dadier. Coming to his left off the Bagley screen. Putting his head down, attacking, gets into the paint, puts it above glass, gets it to go and one against Dadier. See, that's the area with Dadier. It's like, can't give up that straight line drive to Keyshawn George. Keyshawn George is just thinking, I'll put work in the weight room this offseason. Let me utilize it right now against this dude who maybe didn't put the level of work in that I did in the offseason. Taking the Yabusele right down into the paint, knocking down a little floater over him, just fully ball his way in there. You know, come on, Dadier. Come on, big dog. AB said, what is this, a throwaway game tonight? So apparently, what the coaching staff said, not what I'm saying, what the coaching staff said, is there's a lot of guys on this team we want to give a look to. We know what the starters are capable of. It's going to be a work in progress all season long. We're playing against a young Washington Wizards team. Let's go ahead and give these young guys a shine here, or you know, some of these bench guys a shine here. As Dadier puts up a three, can't get it to go. Good pass from Trey Jemison. Tyler Kolek has subbed in, by the way, for Brogdon. Garrison Matthews is in for McBride. Keyshawn George has it up top, dancing with it. Driving it down, leans in, steps through, leaves it off for Bagley, knocked out of his hands. And it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Washington. 5:21 to go. Nostalgic Knicks at Bacom to Chicago. Where would I like to see Bacom go if he had to go somewhere? I don't know. Maybe Milwaukee. Send them over to Milwaukee so he has an opportunity to play maybe. They get it over to Corey Kispert in the left corner. Kispert just fires away a left corner three. Can't get it to go. Bad shot from him. Garrison Matthews was right there. Here comes Clarkson, bringing it down, coming to his left, snaking it back to his right hand. In the mid-range, kicks it over to Cole like a left wing three. Way off, can't get it to go. Jemison fighting on the glass, saves it out to Clarkson, a straightaway three. Can't get it to go. Kolek right there, misses the lefty tip. Just come down with it, Kolek. You're not a big man like that. Here comes Washington pushing it the other way. And a timeout for the Wizards. Keyshawn George, again, putting his head down, attacking the rim. And this was a guy who came in to the league, was drafted by the Wizards as a guy who was known as really just a three-point shooter. And here he is showcasing here in this first preseason game that I'm getting to see him here tonight. I don't know if he's done this in the other preseason games, but here tonight, he's obviously making it a point of, I'm going to the rim. I'm showcasing and working on my dribble drive game. I can be more than a shooter. I like that for Keyshawn George. Okay. You know, they drafted a guy who plays the same position and plays very similarly to him in Trey Johnson. And so he's saying, well, I can differentiate myself by being more of an all-around player, by being able to put the ball on the floor and attack. Now, Trey Johnson may also develop that throughout his career. But so far, Trey Johnson seems very comfortable just jacking up threes, while Keyshawn George is saying, nah, I put on muscle this offseason. So I'm going to utilize that, and get downhill. And so far, he's been pretty successful at it, using his size and his strength at 6'8" to do so. Shake Luga said, new coach, new vision. Yeah, these dudes can't miss. I mean, this is Washington. This is what Washington wants to do. They clearly have a type of guys they're drafting, right? Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson, even a Bub Carrington. Who else have they drafted? Right? This is before they got Bilal Coulibaly, who's not playing tonight. No Alex Har, by the way. Didn't even recognize that. AB said, I was waiting for this game all day. Imagine you paid to get in this. You know what you're getting when you get to a preseason game, AP. Those prices are a lot lower. I don't know what they were, but they probably, I don't know, maybe $100 a ticket. You know what you're getting into. It's a preseason game. Preseason game. K. Hazy said, Dadier running into those screens like McHale last season. That's a great point, K. Hazy. That's a great point. Yeah, Dadier hasn't looked great defensively. You know, there was a lot of hype because he had some decent defensive plays last year. You know, in the G League, in preseason, we saw he's looked rough so far here in this preseason defensively. Definitely not a great one-on-one defender. Gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar a little too often. Not really strong enough, or maybe he is strong enough, but not utilizing those strengths, you know. AP reminding people to thumbs up. Absolutely. If you guys are in the stream right now and you're enjoying yourselves, remember to leave a like. Hit the thumbs up button. It really helps the show, really helps the stream. I'd very much appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Devonce Sinclair? What's up, Devontae? Devontae Sinclair. I thought that was an S. Devontae Sinclair. What's up, Devontae? Do you see this? Are you Wizards fan, Devontae? Because y'all look good. Wizards look real good right now. Kispert almost falling out of bounds. Throws it away. Clarkson picks it up. Home run pass to Kolek. Kolek bringing it down. Back out to Clarkson. He's going to walk into a pull-up three. Not great, but he got it to go down. There you go. There's your no, yes shot from Jordan Clarkson here tonight already. 20-16, 4:35 to go. Cam Whitmore is in the game. They spray it out to Trey Johnson, who catches it on the run to the rim. Righty layup. Got it to go. Athletic move from Trey Johnson there. Nice soft touch as well. Get it up on the front of the rim with a little finger roll action. Quick hit ahead to Garrison Matthews. Left corner three. He jacks it up. He can't get it to go. We're off and running both sides. We're jacking up shots up and down the court. Corey Kispert has it up top. Sprays it out to Cam Whitmore. Whitmore can be a bit of a black hole. Once the ball hits his hands, he wants to get that shot up. They spray it out for a three-point shot from a big man. Who was that right there? Dylan Jones is also in the game for the Wizards, but the big man, Will Riley, knocks down the three there on the left wing. 25-16 now. 9-point lead for Washington. Under 4 minutes to go. Kolek has it in the left corner. They show two. Kick it up top. McCullough sprays it out. They swing it over to Clarkson. Right corner three. He's feeling himself. He is indeed feeling himself. And they call the foul. 4-point play on the way for Jordan Clarkson. Okay, if there's anybody I want to see heat up here tonight, Jordan Clarkson is one of those guys for sure. Los One, what's up, Los? Clarkson cooking, K. Hazy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Shake Luga, defense, defense, defense. Tonight's maybe not the night for defense. We want to see some defensive intensity, but it's maybe not the night for defense when we're sitting all our guys. Rudy Riazzi, what's up, Rudy? Chris Galaxy, my man, Chris Galaxy, yes, sir. Will we go undefeated in preseason? If we win tonight, I'll say yes, because then the last game is against Charlotte, and we'll probably play all our guys in that game as a sort of dress rehearsal for the regular season. Clarkson does miss his and one. You can't get a 4-point play and then miss a free throw, Clarkson. Come on, B-Dog. They get it over to Whitmore. Whitmore up top being guarded by McCullough. Whitmore's dancing with it, gets it over to Riley. Riley back to Whitmore. Again, once the ball hit Whitmore's hands, he wants to shoot it, and for good reason, as he knocks down a little step-back three over Kevin McCullough there. 28-19. You get three, you give away three. Here we go. Kolek has it up top, dancing around the Jemison screen, pocket pass to Jemison, and a kick ball by Will Riley. Oh, no, that's not Will Riley. That's Vukcevic. Vukcevic. He was the guy who knocked down the three, by the way. That was not Will Riley. I thought Will Riley was the big man. Tristan Vucevic knocked down the three previously, the big man who knocked down the three. And here he is getting the kickball violation. Brogdon and McBride checking back in here. Clarkson coming out. Shake Lucas said, I'm always going to preach defense, as you should. As you should. Defense wins championships. It's a saying for a reason. It's a saying for a reason. Absolutely. And it's New York. You know, we pride ourselves on our defense here. Brogdon up top, off the handoff. Pocket pass to Jemison. Not rolling well. But has it. Flips it over the right hand. Gets it to go. And a foul on Vucevic. That was another subscription. Appreciate you. I didn't get to see it. Where is it? Can I see it over here? I can't see it over here if I catch up. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. K. Hazy said Trey got the hook shot on deck. He does. Very comfortable with that hook shot. Very comfortable with that hook shot. Justice's dad. What's up, Justice's dad? Appreciate you. Cam Whitmore bringing it down. Up top, coming to his right. Off the Vucevic screen, a mid-range pull-up jumper. He's got space, and he knocks it down. Trey Jemison knocked down. No, he missed the free throw. Excuse me. So it's 30-21 now. Under 3 to go. 2:40 to go. McCullough has it up top. Coming to his left. Gets it over to Matthews. A no hesitation three. Just chucks it up. Gets it to go. He's looking for a foul call as well. But Garrison Matthews gets it to go. No hesitation with these threes for these Knicks. Mike Brown's giving everybody the greenest of green lights. They get it over to Vucevic. Driving it down against Jemison. Stops, turns, spins. Tries to feed a hot pass inside to Trey Johnson, who's come to the rim. A bad pass right through his hands. Here comes Brogdon bringing it down. Attacking. Stops, turns, spins in the lane. Scoops a little with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Jemison fighting for it. Right over to Brogdon, who gets back up. Kicks it up top to McBride. Dancing with it in the mid-range. Pulling it back out. Good defense from Dylan Jones there. McBride's going to look to go one-on-one. Shot clock at 5. He's got to make something out of nothing. Stop, turn behind the back, and gets it picked right out of his hands. Come on, Deuce. Dylan Jones hit ahead. Whitmore to the basket. Scoop away with the right hand. And they call a charge. Way to get back on defense. Garrison Matthews, yes, sir. He said, Landry Shaman, who? I'm trying to make the team over here. That's what I like to see, my boy. He said, I'm a better shooter, and I'm going to show you right now that I'm a better defensive player as well. Buzzy Beater said, I got to give you your flowers. You can get turned up for a preseason game with no starter salute. Of course, brother. I love watching these Knicks. I love watching them. And we got players to watch. I'm watching Matthews. I'm watching Brogdon. I'm watching McBride. I'm watching Dottie. I'm watching McCullough. I'm watching these young guys cook. Matthews driving it down in the lane, kicks it out. McBride, and they call a reaching foul before McBride shot the three there. 1:36 to go, 30-24. And that was Stuart Franklin with the subscription. It finally came up on my feed over here. Appreciate you, Stuart Franklin. Appreciate you. Slim Slam, what's up, Slim? Coro White, what's up, Coro? Nick, let's do this. Yes, sir. LGK, what's up, LGK? Trey Jemison hands it off to Brogdon, coming to his left. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Way off, almost banks it in. Jemison fighting on the glass, but here comes Kisper bringing it the other way. Hit ahead to Whitmore. Whitmore coming to his right. Again, once it hits Whitmore's hands, you know he wants to get that shot up. Does give it up to Kisper, over to Vucevic. Vucevic fakes the handoff, gets to the foul line, pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Will Riley, and he gets fouled going up against Brogdon. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 1:14 to go here in the first quarter, 30-24. Will Riley at the foul line for 2 free throws. Shake Lucas said, we turn up for every game. You already know it. You already know it. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for basketball. If y'all are coming to the streams outside of Knicks games, we stream Monday through Saturday. The only day we're taking off is Sunday, right? Because I need a rest. Will Riley misses a free throw. You got to love miss free throws from the opponent. Always. 10 times out of 10. Literally the best feeling in the world when your opponent misses free throws. Not Joe said Knicks playing like the Celtics. They are. They got to cool it with the three-point shots for sure. I think they will once we get into the regular season, but they are jacking up three-point shots at an alarming rate. It is now alarming to me. McBride hands it off to Matthews. Matthews hands it off to Brogdon. Brogdon up top to McBride. McBride over to Jemison. Jemison has it in the high post. Trying to find somebody to hand it off to. Good denial defense from the Wizards here. They get it out to Brogdon. Brogdon spinning. Trying to drive it down against Kisper. Good defense. He loses the handle. Gets it over to McCullough. Just throws it away. Brogdon picks it back up. Ball was knocked loose. And now Brogdon got to make something out of nothing. Shot clock winding down. Scoop layup high off glass with the left hand. Gets it to go over Corey Kispert. Okay, a broken play. The veteran made something out of nothing. We'll take it. It wasn't pretty, but we'll take it. Dylan Jones has it up top. He's calling for a screen. Quick crossover to his left, and they call a moving screen. No moving screen? They call Brogdon reaching in, but Vucevic was over there pushing in the back. Come on, man. Come on. Coral White, appreciate you, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Yak said Shaman hasn't played. Why? Did he already make the team like Hug Porty? He hasn't officially made the team. Maybe they decided he's going to make the team. That's why he's not playing tonight. I don't know, but he's not playing tonight. Dylan Jones knocks down the first free throw. Knocks down both free throws, 33-26. I did miss Will Riley made the previous free throw. That's why it's 33-26. Just upgrading my scoreboard. My timer ran now, but we got 30 seconds to go. McBride has it up top, being guarded by Jones, driving to his left. McBride just loses the handle again as Dylan Jones takes it right out of his hand. Deucey, I thought you worked on your handle in the offseason, brother. Dylan Jones taking it right to you. Now, Dylan Jones is a good prospect. Previous draft pick from Oklahoma City. You know, Oklahoma City drafts extremely well. He just didn't have room on their roster. They sent him over to Washington, so he has an opportunity to play. Dylan Jones up top, dancing with it against Matthews. Sprays it out up top to Kispert. Extra pass, Vucevic. Pump fake, sidestep, puts up the left corner three. Oh, my goodness, Tristan Vucevic. Feeling himself. He has no conscience when getting these three-point shots up. McBride driving it down, kicks it over to Matthews. Matthews at the buzzer. Can't get it to go, and so we will go into the second quarter down by 10 points, 36-26. Can we keep up with Washington's offense? Can we slow down Washington's offense? I don't have high hopes for that with the available players that we have here tonight, but, you know, I do have high hopes that maybe we could keep up offensively. Shake Lucas said Deuce 2 turnovers, and they're bad 2 turnovers. Dylan Jones just going in there, taking candy from a baby and walking away with it like, all right, kid, I see you back there, Deuce. Like, I can't see that, Deuce. I can't see that. Dylan Jones is taking it right out of your hands. I need to see a little bit more. Be aggressive. Just put your hand down. Drive it in. Devontae Sinclair, starters not playing tonight? Unfortunately, they are not, Devontae. Washington got some of their starters playing tonight, but like CJ McCollum, Alex Sarr, Chris Middleton, who else is out? Bilal Coulibaly. So they got 4 starters out. So, no, both teams sitting a lot of starters here tonight. AP said, look like a throwaway garbage game. It's not a throwaway garbage game, though, AP. Because it's important to watch Deuce McBride in this situation. It's important to watch, see what Brogdon is capable of bringing. Because he's probably going to make the team. Is he going to make the rotation? From what I've seen so far tonight, maybe not, right? It's important to see Clarkson get on track because he hasn't had a great preseason. Similar with Yabusele. Got to see him get on track because he hasn't had a great preseason. Still working himself in with a brand new team, with brand new teammates, and a brand new offensive system that he played in last year. So it's not a throwaway game. Not a garbage game. I'm having fun. I don't know about you guys. I'm clearly having a great time here so far tonight. You know, it's important that Dadier continue to showcase himself because, even if we don't play him, we're not going to see a whole lot of Dadier in the regular season. We might see some. We're not going to see a lot of it. So it would be nice to see Dadier play well tonight, which so far he is. It would be nice to see Kolek play well, right? Can Garrison Matthews show, hey, can y'all make a decision between me and Shamit? Because I'm not giving up this spot easily. Kwame Robinson, what's up, Kwame? Angel A1's Roman, my man, was popping, Angel. Los One said, let's go McBride. I'm rooting for Deuce. You guys know I'm a big Deuce fan. Everybody's a big Deuce fan. Everybody loves Deuce. Struggling with his handle right now. Dylan Jones taking it right to him. Let's see how he adjusts. Make an adjustment in the second quarter, Deuce. JA3, what's up, Jay? Ready for a fun-filled season? Absolutely. I'm ready to go. As y'all can see, I'm getting things in position. I'm ready to go for the season. Everything on my mind is about what do I need to do to get going for the season. Buzzer Beater said Brogdon or Shamit, and you have to pick one. Brogdon is the better player, so I'll go with Brogdon. I'm going to go with Brogdon. I'm going to be a little confident. I'm going to go Brogdon. See Tyler, what's up, see Tyler? Dylan Jones up top. Here we go, start the second quarter. Cam Whitmore just fires away a 3 over Kevin McCullough. Can't get it to go. Alex Len is in the game. Shout out Alex Len. He's out there. Kolek, quick crossover, driving it down in the lane. Now coming to his right, creates some space, double clutches, can't get the floater to go, but a foul on Dylan Jones. And you know what I like about that possession right there? Tyler Kolek bringing the ball down, being a point guard, obviously, yada, 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 whatever. Why are we in the third quarter? We're not in the third quarter. We're in the second quarter. My head out of the way. There we go. Tyler Kolek bringing the ball down, being a point guard, yada, yada. What I like there with Dylan Jones, who we just saw take the ball right out of Deuce McBrand's hands two possessions in a row, was applying pressure to Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek was like, oh, I'm not like Deuce McBride. I'm actually a point guard. And so Kolek hit him with a smooth crossover to his strong left hand. And then with Dylan Jones going for the reach-in, thinking he is sweet out there like he's Deuce McBride, he really not. Kolek was able to cross him up, get into the lane, and double clutch in the air to draw the foul. Knocks down both free throws. There you go, Tyler Kolek. There you go. I've been a little down on Tyler Kolek since his summer league performance, but pocket pass over to Vucevic on the pick and pop three. He airballs a three this time. Ball going back to the Knicks. Slower start in the second quarter here. Slower start. Go slow the pace down. Breakneck pace in that first quarter is going to benefit the younger, better shooting team. And they call what do they call there? Moving screen? Backcourt violation? What do they call there? Either way, it's a turnover on the Knicks. Ball going to go back to the Wizards here. 36-28. AB said, I still see last year's team. I got to get you some glasses then, big dog, because I don't see last year's team at all. No part of what I've seen so far is last year's team. Will Riley has it, catches, pump fake, spin, steps through, and they call a travel on Will Riley doing a little too much. Doing a little too much with the ball in his hands. Shake Lucas said, let's cut into this lead. Yes, sir. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug? Kolek has it up top. They get it over to Len. Len hands it off to Kolek. They swing it out to Yabu. Extra pass. McCullough wide open right corner three. Excellent ball movement. Can't get it to go. Kolek and Alex Len fighting for the rebound. Gets it over to Dylan Jones. Jones, cross-court pass. Kispert, wide open left corner three. Gets it to go down. Back to a double-digit lead for the Wizards here, 39-28, keeping the Knicks an arm's length away. They've taken this double-digit lead, and they said, we don't really want to give it back. Kolek spins off of Jones, driving it down again. Stop trying to reach in, Dylan Jones. Kolek takes him right to the rim, gets the righty layup to go with the offhand. Yes, sir. Tyler Kolek said, I'm a real point guard out here. You're not going to take it out of my hands like I'm Deuce McBride. Cam Whitmore gets it over to Vucevic. Vucevic hit a cutting backdoor Will Riley as Yabusele went for the steal. Come on, Yabu. Bad defense there from Big Yabu. Getting caught with the backdoor cut. Matthews up top to get it over to Kolek. Kolek feeling himself, fires the three, lock me down. I would have went crazy. Kolek fighting for the loose ball. Kispert ends up with it. Wizards are pushing the other way. Kispert dancing with it, driving it in against Kolek. He's got the size advantage. Gets the and one as Alex Len was just a step too slow, and he ends up fouling him. Knicks now down by 13. Pull yourselves together. I don't care who's out there, New York. I know you got none of your star players out there. I don't care. Pull yourselves together. Make this a real game. It's all right. We'll get ourselves together. It's cool. It's cool. We just giving them a chance. You know, we're just giving them a chance. AB said they can't stop three-point shots. That's last year's team. My brother AP, you got to watch more NBA games, my brother. Ain't nobody stopping three-point shots. Good teams going to get three-point shots up. Well-coached teams going to get three-point shots up. That's why when we watched the Knicks play last year, it was like, how come the Knicks not shooting more threes? Now, they may be shooting too many threes now, but an offensive rebound off the missed free throw, thankfully, Corey Kispert missed a wide-open right-wing three. Knicks hit ahead to McCullough. McCullough's going to drive it down, throws it inside, tries to lob it inside the Len, and it's a bad pass from McCullough. Gets picked off by Vucevic. Here comes Dylan Jones bringing it down. Mo Diawara's in the game, by the way, for Yabusele. Love to see it. And just like that, Mo Diawara gets hit with the same backdoor cut. This time, Cam Whitmore with a two-handed slam. And the Knicks are getting exposed right now defensively. They got no game plan. A lot of these guys, young, haven't played together. Mo Diawara turns it over, throws it right to Cam Whitmore, but he kicks it off his own foot. Goes out of bounds. It'll go back to the Knicks here. Shake Lucas said, I agree, but these aren't stars. That's what I'm saying, Shake. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about last year's team. With the team right now that got Tyler Kolek, Kevin McCullough, Alex Len out there, Garrison Matthews, like these dudes aren't even on the team. They're not even on the team. Talking about this looks like last year's team when none of these dudes are even on this year's team. Tyler Kolek bringing it down, 45-30. 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Kolek has it up top. Cross-court pass to McCullough. McCullough, he's going to settle for a left wing three. Well contested. Didn't matter. I'm going to knock it down anyway because I'm that guy. Kevin McCullough, I like to see you play well, Kev. A lot of people are talking about Kevin McCullough or Paco Dadier. Kevin McCullough's the one with the two-way contract. I know Dadier was a first-round pick, so he's not, eligible for the two-way contract. But Vucevic knocks down another straightaway three. Can we close out on Big Vuk? He's clearly shown he can knock down three-point shots, and he's very comfortable taking them. Has no hesitation right now. Yabusele in the paint knocks down a little righty hook. I like to see that, Yabu. Way to get into the paint. Way to knock down a shot again. Game is important for these guys who are going to be in the rotation to build some kind of chemistry within this system. Yabusele guarding Will Riley out on the perimeter. Got to slide them feet, big dog. They don't call you the dancing bear for nothing. And another pick and pop, this time out of the mid-range for Tristan Vukcevic, who's going into his second year. A young man who I wasn't even sure if he was going to make the rotation. And right now he's telling me, oh, I'm going to be playing because I got some skill. I could do some things. Garrison Matthews off the handoff, a pull-up three, can't get it to go. Rips down a rebound as Cam Whitmore. And now here comes Dylan Jones bringing it down. Jones up top, quick crossover, and Tyler Kolek takes it out of his hands. That's what I'm talking about, Tyler Kolek. He said, don't do my man Deuce McBride like that. I got you, Deucey. I got you. I took it right out of his hands. Chris Galaxy said Kevin needs to be on this team. I hope they all make the team. I hope we don't do anything crazy. Just that, the Wizards probably won't be worse than the association this year. I'm trying to tell y'all. They're going to be spunky. They're going to be spunky. If you really keeping an eye on what the Wizards are doing, they're going to be spunky, right? They're sitting 4 starters as well. No CJ McCollum, no Chris Middleton, no Alex Sarr, no Bilal Coulibaly. Like, they're sitting guys too. They're going to be spunky. Kolek bringing it down. Bub Carrington back in the game, guarding Kolek. Kolek all the way to the rim. They call the foul on Bub Carrington. Kolek looking good tonight. Okay, Tyler Kolek, I see you. I see you, my boy. This is why we come through and watch him. Rodney, what's up, Ronnie? Less than 50 wins this year? It's possible. They're probably going to get out to a slow start to start the year, but the goal is to be playing your best basketball towards the end of the year. And there's a good chance they could win less than 50. Decent chance. AB said, I don't think there's a 60-win team. I think if you're projecting the Knicks to win 60 games, I think you're out of your mind, and I think you're delusional. The way you win 60 games is to have continuity. The Knicks don't have continuity. They changed up their bench almost entirely. They got Mitchell Robinson back, and they're instituting brand new offense, a brand new defense with a brand new coaching staff. That's not a recipe for winning 60 games. 60 games is built on continuity. And a foul on Alex Len. Alex Len has been terrible. Get Alex Len up out of here. You've had a nice career, Alex Len. You made some money as a nice off-the-bench big throughout your career. My man looks terrible right now. My man looks like he can't move. He's moving in quicksand. These young Wizards are abusing him. Right now, he fouls Bub Carrington. As Bub Carrington was wide open in the corner, he knocks down the three. A little touch foul from Alex Len. So Carrington's at the foul line, and he misses a free throw. A lot of missed free throws in this preseason. A lot of missed free throws. 53-38 right now. Dadier is back in the game. Started off the game, hot shooting, 2 threes. Quick hit ahead to Kolek. Kolek down the lane, gets caught in the air, tries to kick it in the corner. Kolek, you're already in the paint, big dog. You got to get to that floater, Kolek. Got to get to that floater. I know you want to look for your teammates because you're really a point guard like that. You got to get to that floater, Kolek. I need you to get some buckets here. 7:23 to go. Deuce McBride is subbed back in. Show me something, Deuce. Show me something. Oh, my score's slightly off. It's 38. As McCullough gets it down low, they give him the and one. I think they're going to give him the and one. They are going to give him the and one. Okay. There you go, Tyler Kolek. Nice interior pass. Not Tyler Kolek. Nice interior pass from Kolek inside to McCullough. Nice pump fake. Set his feet. Gets the and one. There you go, Kev. Now knock down your free throw. We're getting too many missed free throws. Knock down your free throw. Mike James, what's up, Mike James? Have you ever played basketball for real? Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. You got to understand, I'm really that guy. Right? Like, I just didn't want to really take the shine away from the NBA guys because I'm really that guy. So I was like, y'all can have the NBA stuff. I'll just be over here doing my commentating thing on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't want to take the shine like that. We got a travel on Vucevic, moving that, sliding that pivot foot. We're going the other way. Mark said, bro, Alex Len was at UMD. He was at Maryland when I was at Maryland. And I'm 42. Get out of the league. Hey, man, he collected another paycheck. Nice inside pass to Alex Len as he slipped the screen. Nice pass from Kevin McCullough. And it's down to a 10-point game, by the way. McCullough did knock down that free throw, so it is 53-43 now. It's a 10-point game, yo. It's a 10-point game. Coral White said, how are the Knicks down? I mean, look, man, we got Alex Len in the game. You know what I mean? We got to do what we got. We got Kevin McCullough, Tyler Kolek, Pacom Dadier in there. You know, we doing what we can do. It's a 10-point game right now. Y'all acting like this ain't the cardiac Knicks and we're not going to come back and pull off the win anyway because that's what we do. Also, you got to give credit to the opponent. I mean, Wizards playing well. They're playing very well. They knocked down a couple of contested shots. They're getting out and running. They're outrunning a lot of our veteran guys. They're hooping. I'll give them credit. AB said, well, it's going to be 53-year Sheffy suit with buzzer beater. 53 years since the championship. Hey, man, it is what it is. Sha, what's up, Sha? Nostalgic Nick said Kev is hungrier than Pacom. I understand what you're saying. What I think it is, as Los won with the subscription, appreciate you, Los. I appreciate you, man. Hope you're having a good time tonight. What I think it is that I think Kevin McCullough understands himself more as a basketball player right now, right? I think he understands himself more as a basketball player. He knows his strengths, his weaknesses, spent 4 years in college. Is that Farron? What's up, Farron? Kevin McCullough understands 4 years in college, coming back from the injury, older than Dadier right now. He understands himself as a basketball player. He knows his strengths, his weaknesses, what he's been working on, all of the things. Dadier is like an empty slab that he's trying to carve out into a basketball player, right? He's trying to carve himself out into basketball. Like, what are my strengths? He knows he can shoot the three. He knows he's got a smooth-looking jump shot. But Mike Brown in the pregame or after practice, after shoot-around, during his press conference, they asked him, like, what do you think about Dadier? And he said, the thing with Dadier is he just doesn't understand how big he is. This dude's 6'8" with a long wingspan. You know? Like, there are times where he understands it, but other times he doesn't. You know? You got to understand that you got to utilize your strength a little bit, and you can bully ball your way to the basket if you add strength, and it'll create easier shots for you. It'll get you to the foul line. You got to be able to go into contact. That's something Kevin McCullough understands. He gets to the rim, he absorbs contact, and he plays through it. Versus a guy like Dadier who, you know, he's trying to lean in and create space to get to a shot. And it's like, not just go right in, right? Eliminate that space. Go right into the defender. You're big and strong and you're taller than him and you could finish over him. That's what you need to be focused on. Not creating space. You can get space whenever you want. He's 6'8". Bub Carrington has it up top. Over the top pass to Kisper. Kisper sprays it out. Will Riley pump fakes, driving to his right. McBride is on him now. Now coming to his left off a screen from Bagley. Stops, turns, picks up his dribble. Gets it over to Champagne in the paint, being guarded by McCullough. Goes in, gets swatted out of there by Len, but he's able to recover it, and then goes back up and gets fouled by Alex Len. I know, a shot clock violation? Okay, ball going back to the Knicks. We'll take it. We'll take it. A ton of contact there. It was a foul. They call the shot clock violation. I'm going to take it. Ronnie said the league has gotten better. The Knicks haven't. How can you say that when the Knicks have improved their bench, brother? Non-athletic, poor three-point shooting, and short players is going to kill us this year. I have no idea what you're talking about, Rodney. We must be talking about different Knicks. Not gonna lie. Just that said, Matt Ryan gonna be on the team any? Hopefully not, because that means injuries to a starter then. I don't think Matt Ryan's gonna make the team. I think it was a training camp invite. Yeah, I said don't give up Cole like it took 2 years for McBride. Oh, for sure. For sure, yeah. I'm with you. It's just I haven't been super high on Kolek since his summer league performance. You know what I mean? Like, you gave a poor performance during summer league, so I want to see you do better, right? You need to re-show me the things you can do. And so far tonight, he looks good. I like what I've seen from Tyler Kolek so far tonight. I really like it a lot. We have Dadier at the foul line. Why do we have a technical? Dadier knocks down the free throw. What happened? Why is Dadier getting free throw shots? Why is Dottie getting free throw shots? I don't know. We're going to take it, though. We're going to take it. Dottie knocks down both of them. Bub Carrington bringing it down. Gets it over to Keyshawn George. Driving to the rim. Can't get the scoop layup to go over Alex Len. And they call a foul on Kevin McCullough. Fighting down low for the rebound. He's got to do a better job of boxing out right now. Nostalgic Nate. Good defense, Len. I was getting on Alex Len. Playing a little bit better now. Playing a little bit better for Alex Len. Okay, I see it. Kwame said, Knicks got too big as starters, definitely not small. And you got Bridges at 6'7", and you got Anunoby at 6'8". The only small guy in the starting lineup is Brunson. So I really don't know what you're talking about, Rodney. I really don't know. What you mean small players? I have no clue. George said Dottie is only 20. Yeah. You know, Knicks not rebuilding anymore. Wizards dig at a layup on the other end. And then McBride, good defense, able to strip Keyshawn George, who was going to the rim, knocks it off his leg. So the Knicks will bring it down the other way. Brogdon and Yabu will be coming in now. McBride bringing it down. McBride gets it over to Yabusele. Yabusele hands it off to McBride. Coming to his left. Over to Yabusele. A straightaway three for Big Yabu. Too long, can't get it to go. Bounces on the rim a couple of times. Can't get the friendly roll. Here come the Wizards bringing it down the other way. Carrington up top being guarded by McBride. Coming to his right. Now over to Champagny. Relocates on the left wing for three. Way off at the side of the backboard. Bad box out from Yabusele. Bagley with the offensive rebound, but they say Bagley stepped out of bounds when he tried to go under the basket. Ball's going to go back to the Knicks. Knicks catch a bit of a break there. Yabusele catches a bit of a break there. Rodney said, look at the bench. Yabusele, Hugporty. You really worried about 18 minutes a night from Deuce McBride and 15 minutes a night from Jordan Clarkson? Brother, you worried about the wrong things, my man. Rodney, you worried about the wrong things. You act like the starter's not going to play about 100 minutes a night. Bub Carrington bringing it down after Yabusele and Brogdon miscommunicate. Yabusele throws it right out of bounds. And then Yabusele fouls Bagley. He caught it in the high post. Yabusele getting a little too handsy there. Knicks down by 10. 5 minutes to go. Why is my score so off? Because I gave 2 points to the wrong side. There we go. 55-45. They get it into Keyshawn George. Back to Carrington. Jordan Clarkson's back in. Carrington has it up top. Coming to his right off the Bagley screen. Driving it down. Kicks it out. Keyshawn George. McBride runs him off the line. George is going to drive it. Stop. Pump fake. Leans in. Draws the foul. And one for Keyshawn George. I'm telling you. He had the open three. And he said, nah, I want to show off that I could drive it to the rim. I'm going to salute Keyshawn George on that drive. He ran off the line by McBride, blows past him, steps through, goes right into Yabusele, and he gets himself a layup and one. On the left side of the rim, by the way, too. Got it up with the left hand. Okay, I see you. Keyshawn George. It's Keyshawn George. I keep saying Keyshawn. It's Keyshawn George. At least that's how the broadcast is saying it. My bad, Keyshawn. I'm going to get it right. My bad. McBride bringing it down against Bub Carrington. Hands it off to Brogdon. Brogdon being guarded by the rookie Johnson. Gets it out back to McBride. Now over to Clarkson. Clarkson up top. Shot clock winding down. Driving to his right. Kicks it over to Yabu. Yabu fakes the handoff. Got to make something out of nothing. Shot clock winding down. He's going to put his head down. Drive. Flips it up with the right hand. Airballs it. And a shot clock violation. Some ugly looking offense from the bench unit here. Just that said, I missed your answer about Bub Carrington. Think he'll be an all-star in a year or two? Absolutely not. Not a year or two. He might be an all-star at some point in his career, but not a year or two. The league is far too deep for that. But he's going to be really good. He might make maybe an all-star game or two, but I don't think he's a perennial all-star kind of player. Coral White said, what's good with Jameson? How do you think he plays with the Knicks team? Trey Jemison? I think he's solid. I think he's pretty good. I think I think he could make an NBA roster. I just don't think he's going to make this NBA roster, unfortunately. I think the Knicks a little too deep, don't have enough roster spots. Keyshawn George was driving it to the rim. They call the foul. Goes to the line, knocks down 2 free throws. Again, I'm very impressed with Keyshawn George's ability to get downhill and attack the basket right now. Very impressed with it. Dadier gets it over to Yabusele. Yabusele hands it off to Brogdon. Brogdon's going to settle for a deep left wing 3. Can't get it to go. Dadier comes flying in for the offensive rebound. That's what I want to see, Dadier. He headed out to Clarkson. Clarkson's going to drive it to his right. Gets it over to McBride. Nice wide open 3 in the right corner for Deuce. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound finds its way to Carrington. Carrington hit ahead to George. George up top to Carrington. He's going to put up the 3 over McBride. He knocks it down. And the story of the preseason, Knicks not knocking down 3-point shots with regularity, with consistency, and the other team, at least for the past 2 games, have. Brogdon has it up top. Coming to us right off the Yabusele screen. Cross-court pass, McBride, extra pass, Dadier, left corner 3 for Dadier. Comes up short, fight for the rebound. Clarkson able to grab it in the paint, flips it up. Gets it to go down. Okay, good fight from Yabusele to keep that rebound alive. Just enough for Clarkson to come in and sneak and grab it. Inside pass to Champagnie, who gets a layup over Deuce McBride. That's not McBride's responsibility. That's Dadier's. What was the miscommunication there? Knicks now down by 18. With Champagnie at the foul line for one more. And we're going to get a timeout from the Knicks. AP reminding people of the like button. Appreciate you, AP. Absolutely. If you're in the stream right now and you're enjoying yourself, go ahead, hit the like button. Newbie in hair, appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Just that's at 7 for 22 from 3-point range. On pretty decent looks. We're not really forcing shots right now. Other than maybe one Clarkson pull-up 3 and then maybe one Garrison Matthews chuck. I think we've gotten pretty good looks for the most part, like very makeable open looks that they should be able to knock down. 7 for 22. Not a great percentage, not a terrible percentage, but we'll go through it over halftime. Ronnie said the bench is mediocre at best. Brother, we're watching 3rd and 4th stringers. We're watching guys who aren't going to make the team. Just that said, hit the like button, hit the like real quick while we have a break in the action. Appreciate you, just appreciate you. Yeah, hit the like button if you're enjoying yourself. But only if you're enjoying yourself. If you're not enjoying yourself, go ahead. You don't got to hit it. It's all right. K. Hazy said, what's up with Huck? They're just going to hold him out today. I don't know. They probably wanted to get a look at Trey Jemison and see what Yabusele could do with the 5. Not really liking Yabusele at the 5, but again, we've talked about before, Yabusele at the 5 is very situational. Right? If you're going up against the team and they want to go small, well, you can go small and put big old Yabusele down there and go deal with that guy. Makes sense. Makes sense. But it's very situational. Ronnie said, I've been a Knicks fan since '74. I know what I'm talking about. You could be a fan of anything your entire life and never know what you're talking about, Rodney. Being a fan for a long time does not equate to being educated on a topic. Not to say that you aren't, but like the time that you spent watching basketball does not mean that you studied NBA basketball. Also, the evolution of basketball. You started watching basketball in the 70s. What does that have to do to inform watching basketball in 2020? Completely different games at that point. Completely different eras, completely different playing styles, completely different rules. 3-point line wasn't introduced until 84. You're talking about I've been watching basketball since the 70s. What's that got to do with today? Rodney said, I also played in college. Hats off to you, Rodney. When you were playing in college, it was a completely different basketball game than what we're watching today. Just dad, Gershon Yabusele, 6'7", 265, 29 years old. I think he's technically 6'8", but 6'7", 6'8". He's a big dude. And visually, he's a big dude. You know what I mean? Go ahead, deal with that guy down low. Only if it makes sense, though, obviously, right? As a small ball 5, 6'8", you can see struggling to out-rebound a guy like Marvin Bagley. Not a great rebounder in that role. Not a great rebounder in that role. Champagny knocks down his and one free throw, and the Knicks will bring it down. McBride hands it off to Brogdon. Brogdon on the left wing. Up top to McBride. McBride gets it over to Dadier. Dadier coming to his right. Cross-court pass. Turns it over. Knicks looking rough right now. Knicks looking rough. Really struggling against some pressure from Washington here. Not sure who to play through. Not sure who to go to. They don't really have a go-to guy out there at all. Brogdon, McBride should be the go-to guys. Maybe Clarkson should be the go-to guy. He's been in a bit of a rhythm here tonight. Trey Johnson down low to Yabusele, rolling to the rim, and again, no rim protected down there. Easy dunk for Marvin Bagley. The Knicks getting their heads pounding into the ground right now, 68-47. But we've seen these preseason games. We've seen things shift on a dime time and time again. We've been watching preseason games all preseason. Watch games every night. And we've seen teams down 27 make a comeback. And the Knicks have that in them tonight? Yabusele pump fake, steps through, draws the foul, and one on Bagley. Good pump fake. Big man dribble in the paint. Gets the layup to go. Draws the foul. Okay. Can you build momentum off of that? Ronnie said, remember what I said? Brother, we are watching third and fourth stringers. You talking about this team like this is the team we're bringing into the regular season. You're trying to make analysis on Mike Brown trying to evaluate end-of-the-bench guys to see who's going to make the team. There is no analysis you're going to make tonight. This is purely entertainment tonight. Yabusele knocks down his and one free throw. Hit Trey Johnson comeback door as Dadier just slipped and fell or just was out of position as Trey Johnson gets the easy layup to go. Bad defense from Dadier there. We've said that a couple of times so far tonight. They get it in the Yabusele in the high post. That's the issue with Dadier. Yabusele hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson curling off the Yabusele handoff in the lane. Pass fake, kicks it out. Wide open Deuce McBride knocked me down. Hand get it to go. Generated fantastic wide open corner look for Deuce McBride, who should be a knockdown three-point shooter. Trey Johnson dribbles it down and knocks down a pull-up three. Trey Johnson and the Washington Wizards are hooping right now. Feeling themselves. I'm telling you, this young team can run and gun. Don't be surprised if they win some games they probably shouldn't win this season. Dadier down the lane gets swatted out of bounds by Bagley. Way too predictable. Trying to make something out of nothing. I respect it, but at the same time, like, come on, man. Devontae said, blowout, they screwed my ticket. It's preseason, brother. It's preseason. You got to expect the unexpected. You got to expect the unexpected and go the other way. Yabusele has it on the left wing. Hands it off to Brogdon. Brogdon driving to his right in the lane. Leans in. Righty layup. Smokes the layup. I don't want Brogdon on the team no more. He smoked the layup. Get him out of here. 73-50. Minute to go here in the second quarter. Carrington has it up top, being guarded by McBride. They get it over to Johnson. Johnson coming to his right up the screen, and they call a moving screen on Bagley. Rodney said this is not third and fourth stringers. Some of them are. Also, guys just playing out of position. You're playing McBride, Brogdon, Clarkson, and Yabusele. Extremely small lineup. You won't see that lineup in the regular season unless it's going up against another small lineup. Context, my brother. You played basketball. You should know this. Context about what you're seeing on the court. Brogdon blows past the defender, gets a layup to go. Blows right past the rookie. Bub Carrington has it up top. Tries to get it over to Trey Johnson, right between his hands. Just took his eye off the ball. D-Raz, what's up, D-Raz? Daniel Toussaint said, I'm going to bed. This is pathetic. It's a preseason game, y'all. It's a preseason game. Reading chat. Clarkson just lost the ball. Out of bounds. Back to the Wizards. Okay. They get it over to Will Riley. Riley gets it over to Bagley. Hands it off to Johnson. Yabusele rotates over to him, but it leaves Deuce McBride trying to guard Bagley, and he just takes him right to work with a lefty layup, nice and easy. 75-52, a 23-point beatdown on the Knicks here so far here. Clarkson's going to hold it. It's about a 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock. 10 seconds to go. Clarkson dancing with it. Not a single pass was made and gets swatted at the rim by Champagnie. Yabusele brings it out to the three-point line, chucks up a three, can't get it to go, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Okay. Not great. Not great. Buzzer beater said this is the second quarter. It is just the second quarter. Rodney said it may be preseason, but we want to see the team compete. We got a whole second half to play, Rodney. Got a whole second half to play. I get y'all. I'm with you. I want to see an entertaining game, and so far hasn't been too entertaining. First quarter is pretty entertaining. Second quarter, not so much. Very rough half of basketball for the Knicks, especially that second quarter. Go through the box score. Oh my goodness! Just looking real quick at the encore stuff, as you can see right here. I mean, Marvin Bagley 5 for 5, Champagnie 3 for 5, Carrington 3 for 3, Trey Johnson 4 for 7, and Will Riley 1 for 1. All right, let's go through the box score. Let's test this out. Let's test out what our box score is looking like. We want mini-me. We want mini-me up on the screen, right? Mini-me is up on the screen. What's up, small me? What's popping? Zero tolerance, Bully Ken, what's up, Zero? Didn't this team kick our donkeys last season? This ain't a fluke. No. It did take a 55-point performance from Jalen Brunson to beat the Wizards last year, but they did end up beating them. Knicks will be 26 chance. What's up, 26? Ken O'Brien said, good, now we can now make a comeback. We're rested. They are not rested. I mean, they are resting there, guys, but they are not rested in this game. I'm interested to see how much we see of Brogdon in the second half, how much we see of Deuce McBride. I want to see Deuce McBride in the second half because he did not have a good first half. Let's save the Wizards. Let's go right to also no AJ Johnson, who's really good. Maybe we see him in the second half. I'd like to think he would be a part of. Sharif Cooper's on this team since when? Okay, shout out Sharif Cooper. We'll get to the Wizards, who have been lighting it up so far. Let's get to our New York Knicks. Big Gersh, 3 for 6 from the field. I don't need the microphone right now. Y'all can hear me. What I do need is my pointer. Because we need to point a couple of things out. Gershon Yabusele, 15 minutes, 8 points, minus 22. Not a good night. Only 2 rebounds. This is the troubling number. If you want to be a small ball 5, you gotta get down into the trenches, my brother. You got to get down into the trenches and dig out a couple more rebounds. And 2, as the starting center tonight, I know you're undersized. I know, but you're going up against Marvin Bagley. Not like Marvin Bagley's a big, immovable dude. I know he's a good rebounder, but like, got to give me more than 2 rebounds. Also, both of these rebounds, offensive rebounds. That's troubling. You got 0 defensive rebounds in that first half, Yabu. I don't like to see that. That's troubling. We'll keep an eye on that during the regular season. Need to see him be a better rebounder there. Deuce McBride, this is not good. 0 for 4 from three-point range. I'm pretty good looks on maybe 2 or 3 of them, like wide open looks on 2 or 3 of them. 17 minutes, 2 points. I need more than that, Deuce. I know you're better like playing alongside good players where you can be off the ball and whatnot. That 2 points is not good enough. I need to see you be better. I want more of game 1 against Philadelphia. Deuce McBride, but like, you know, as a bench guy, not a 6th man. Deuce McBride more of a 7th, 8th man at this point, right? Also, 2 turnovers where Dylan Jones just took the ball out of your hands twice. Don't like that. Stephen King, what's up, Stephen? Yabu is low-grade Julius Randle. I'd take that, though. As your bench guy, I'd take that any day of the week. I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. Jordan Clarkson is the only guy who's consistently been able to get a basket. He's leading us with 10 points, 4% from the field, 2 for 4 from three-point range. 15 minutes, not doing a whole lot of else. We know he's not going to pass the ball. That's not what he's here to do. I wish he would pass the ball just slightly more, but 0 assists from Jordan Clarkson on a night. Well, you know, on a night where we can't hit anything, it makes sense that our assist numbers are going to be very low. We get the Malcolm Brogdon, who has 3 assists. 4 points from Malcolm Brogdon, 2 for 7 from the field. Missed his 1-3. It was a deep one. Didn't like that. Yak said Randall was not even close. Yabu was not even close to Randall. I think he was more so talking about play style, which I can kind of see. Not entirely, but I can kind of see it. 26 Champ said Yabu isn't even Precious. All right, we're getting a little too crazy. Get Precious out of here. I take Yabu over Precious 10 times out of 10 and twice on Sunday. Dadier, who started off the game, knocked down 2 threes, and we were like, oh, it might be a Dadier night. He's been stuck in them 2 threes ever since. Does have 8 points. Got to the foul line once. 3 rebounds. Cool. Solid. Knocked down a rebound. I'll take it, I guess. But, you know. Then we get to the bench. And with, obviously most of our bench in the starting lineup, we got to go to our third and fourth stringers. We got Trey Jemison for 6 minutes. He knocked down a little hook shot in the paint, missed his and one free throw he should have made. Again, 1 rebound. Knicks, very poor rebounding outside of like Mitchell Robinson, Towns, and Josh Hart. They're 3 main rebounders. Struggling immensely on the glass here tonight. Mo Diawara got in there for a minute because Mike Brown wanted to talk to Yabu about something. Got in there for 1 minute. Shout out Mo Diawara. Alex Len was in there for 6 minutes, and it was a tumultuous like 4 minutes before he started to figure it out towards the end of his stint there. It was rough. Stephen King said Brogdon might be washed. I've thought Brogdon was washed for like 3 years now. Never really been a big fan of Brogdon. Doesn't look great tonight, but at the same time, he's not a starting caliber point guard. He might be like a 7th, 8th man. I don't think he's 6th man caliber. I don't think that's him anymore, even though he won 6th man of the year like 3 years ago or so. 2 years ago? Wasn't that long ago. But he might be. He might be. Kevin McCullough Jr., 2 for 3 from the field, 1 for 2 from three-point range. 12 minutes. Maybe we got to play him a little bit more in the second half because he's got some tenacity to him, but it wasn't great. He is only a -3 in his 12 minutes, which, we go to the starters rough. But 6 points for Kev leading us off the bench. Oh, not. Tyler Kolek at 7. I also really like the Tyler Kolek minutes. We talked about it. I got to stop hitting this side of the screen as it's going out of the way. But Tyler Kolek, 7 points and 4 assists in 9 minutes. I better see a healthy dose of Tyler Kolek in the second half, man. I better see it. I want to see Tyler Kolek play at least 11 minutes in the second half. 20-plus minutes for Tyler Kolek here. He was too good in the first half to not get more minutes in the second half. Thought he was really good. He got to the foul line, 5 for 5 from the foul line, so shout out to him. Again, but this number, very important, 4 assists. Doesn't do anything crazy, but he's a smart point guard. Smart point guard. I know my man Nick Yak is a big fan of Tyler Kolek. Has a lot of high hopes for him. He's showing out tonight. I need you to show a little bit more. On a night where Brogdon and Deuce McBride not really doing anything, the night for a guy like Tyler Kolek to step up. Yak said they got 13 more rebounds and 11 more assists. Oh, they're hooping on us, Yak. In other words, they are hooping on us. Overall, let me move out just a little bit so we can see exactly. The Knicks, 42% from the field as a team. Not great. Under 30% from three-point range as a team. Not great. 7 for 24. Not terrible, but not great. Not very good. 9 for 11 from the foul line. They get into the foul line a little bit, knocking down their free throws. 9 for 11 is serviceable. Is that 12 rebounds and 13 assists? 12 rebounds, 13 assists. 13 assists seems high. I don't know how they got to 13 assists on 18 made shots. But I will say the percentage of assists to shots made ratio is good. Just the amount of shots we made is bad. Right? Stephen Cake said Garrison Matthews is legit. I mean, Matthews, 1 for 4 from 3 tonight in his 10 minutes. 1 rebound, 1 assist. I like his energy. I like that he has no conscience shooting 3. But if that's your role, you got to be better than 1 for 4. We'll see what he does in the second half. Then we get to the scorching hot Washington Wizards who are feeling themselves here tonight. Marvin Bagley is a perfect 5 for 5 from the field for 10 points. Also has 9 rebounds. Again, destroying us on the glass. Just absolutely dominating us on the glass. You even go down the line. Justin Champagnie, their starting 4 is 4. Bub Carrington, their starting point guard, is 3. You look at Trey Johnson, their rookie. 10 points, 3 assists, 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 4 from three-point range. Okay. Kaishan George, who I think has been spectacular tonight. He's been the most impressive player for the Washington Wizards, in my opinion. 3 for 6 from the field, knocked down a 3, 4 for 4 from the foul line, getting downhill, drawing contact, showing things that he didn't necessarily do well last year. He looks stronger. He looks more coordinated. He looks more skilled. He's diversifying his offense. I'm a big fan of the way Kaishan George has played so far here tonight. He's leading the way with 11 points for them. He's tied with Tristan Vukcevic, second-year big man for the Washington Wizards, with 11 points off the bench himself. He was 4 for 6 from the field, 3 for 4 from three-point range. Again, Washington Wizards did not miss from 3. We'll check their team three-point percentage in a second. Justin Champagnie, 3 for 5. He knocked down a 3. He's got 8. Everyone so far has knocked down. Feels like they've knocked down a 3. Bub Carrington, 2 for 2 from 3. Trey Johnson, 2 for 4 from 3. The only guy who didn't take a 3 in the starting lineup was Marvin Bagley, who does not extend his range that far out. And then even when you go off the bench, everyone has hit a 3 for the Wizards. Vucevic, 3 for 4 from 3-point range. Cam Whitmore, 1 for 2. Corey Kispert, 1 for 3. Dylan Jones didn't take one. He didn't take a shot, and he was still impactful with his defense and his ball pressure. Will Riley, 1 for 1. He also didn't take a 3. So if you've taken a 3 tonight, you've hit a 3 if you're the Washington Wizards. Vic P, what's up, Vic? This first half shows how much heart is needed in the second unit. This first half shows that if you play your bench unit and you don't have like a super deep bench unit, you're going to get smoked. I think that's what this shows. Yes, they could very much use Josh Hart in the second unit. They could use pretty much anybody right now in the second unit. They could use a guy who can generate offense. They don't have anybody to generate offense. I mean, Jordan Clarkson should be that guy, but he struggled. He has struggled so far to generate offense by himself. Maybe it's because he's trying to just play within the offense, but like I need you to just be like, come send me the screen, big dog. I'm gonna do my thing. Stephen King said, where's the Pate guy at? Pate is down with the Westchester Knicks, I believe. I believe he's going to play the full year with the Knicks G League team. I don't think he got a two-way. I think he got a G League contract or something like that. So he's not with the big roster. He's not going to get playing time with the Knicks during preseason so far. K. No sponsor. What's up, K? They should put the starters in the second half. Easy comeback. That would be hilarious. They did show the guys sitting on the bench, and they're not even dressed. You know, they're in hoodies and T-shirts and whatever. It would be hilarious if Mike Brown was secretly like, all right, so y'all are going to play in the second half. You're not going to play the first half. We're going to make them think that we're resting our guys. And then second half, we're going to come out, ruin some parlays, ruin some on-the-fly bets. That would be hilarious. That's brilliant. That's actually brilliant. No sponsor. That's brilliant. If I were a coach in the NBA, that's what I would do. I'd be like, I'm going to not play y'all in the second half. I'm going to make sure we're down 20-plus at halftime. And then what I want my starters to do is work on generating the comeback. That's brilliant. That's brilliant coaching right there. Casey, you should be in the NBA, K-Spon. You should be an advisor. That's brilliant. I never even thought of it that way. You purposely go down 20-plus in a preseason game, and then you put your starters in the second half? You're thinking on another level, my boy. You're thinking on another level for sure. 26 Champ said Deuce isn't a starter on this team. Maybe. Deuce is a more impactful player when he plays alongside better players. You know, playing within a system. If you have Deuce McBride out there and he's playing alongside like a washed-up Brogdon and a Clarkson and a Yabusele, like not even a starter, and who's the other guy? Bakum Dadie, like he's not going to look very good. He's not a give me the ball, I'm going to generate offense kind of player. He's more like a play finisher. You know what I mean? Stephen King said trading Kolek for Brogdon is fool's gold. Well, they would be trading Dadie for Brogdon if that were the case. Doesn't seem like Kolek has much value around the league, so they would be trading Dadie, unfortunately. Ronnie said Deuce still has no handle. I mean, in game one against Philly, it felt like, you know, he was dancing with it a little bit, generating mid-range, again to the mid-range shot. He had that one time where he crossed over, drove to the basket, finished with the left hand, and we were all like, okay, Deuce, working on your handle. And then here tonight, Dylan Jones was like, give me that, brother. You can't handle the ball around me. That's unfortunate because the one thing we really need Deuce McBride to work on is for sure his handle, Rodney. And it looked like maybe he was working on it, and then tonight you watch him play and you go, maybe you weren't working hard enough on it, you know? Stephen King said, where the hell is Shamit? Shamit is out tonight. They're just holding him out. They're not playing him. They just decided not to play him. I don't know if it's maybe a little small injury or something, but they just were like, he's not playing tonight. D-Raz said this is a practice game. That's every preseason game, whether the starters are playing or not. These are glorified televised scrimmages. You know, that's all it is. Chris Dino Osler, what's up, Chris? Let's go Knicks. Yes, sir, Chris. Yes, sir. Rodney said he still can't break down a defense. Yeah. And when you're 6 foot 6'1", maybe guard, 6'1" guard. That's a pretty necessary tool to have to be able to break down a defense at some point. Even if you're not great at it, you need to have the ability to do it. I think he's working on it. Obviously, he's still a young guy, but like not having it is a really detriment to his game. It's a huge detriment to his game. Shake Luga said, got to tighten up for sure. For sure. AB said, at least we're not the Sixers. Stephen King said, do you like Jemison? I like Jemison. He's cool. He's fine. I don't think he's going to make the roster, but he's not a bad like third string, fourth string center on the team, for sure. We're getting ready to start the second half. Here we go. Wizards will bring it down. They have possession. And Sharif Cooper is in the game. We come back out with the same starting five. Okay. The Wizards do not. Cooper is out there along with Will Riley, Dylan Jones, Champagnie, and Bagley, who can't get the alley-oop dunk to go down, but he does get fouled. So he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Also, we should get back to the game cast. Here we go. Bagley knocks down the first free throw. You got one more coming. Bagley goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Knicks, you got to generate something, man. You down 25 right now. Clarkson bringing it down. Should have started the second half with Kolek. But he's trying to give Brogdon the opportunity to show that he should make the team. Trying to give Deuce the opportunity to show he's added to his game. Neither of these guys have showcased a whole lot tonight. Yabusele hands it off to McBride, who shovels it over to Clarkson. Clarkson looking to attack. Tries to cross over. Gets it kicked off his own foot. Kicked the ball himself. By accident, obviously. Will Riley, a dribble pull-up 3. Oh, my goodness. So everybody's just getting it to go for Washington. Knicks not playing with any defensive intensity right now. Come on, Knicks. Pull yourselves together. Come on. This is 28. 28's crazy. Get it to at least under 20. McBride hands it off to Dadier. Dadier up top to Clarkson. A lot of standing around for our Knicks. Not running the offense too well right now. Yabusele has it up top. Looks like the Knicks are just going through the motions right now. Yabusele hands it off to McBride. Shot clock winding down. He's got to chuck it up. Throws it up with the shot clock winding down. Can't get it to go from 3. Dylan Jones with the rebound. Hit ahead to Cooper. Sharif Cooper has it up top. Cooper gets it over to Dylan Jones. Swing through to his right off the Bagley screen. Dylan Jones dancing with it. Coming to his right in the mid-range. Pump fakes. Cross-court pass. Champagnie in the left wing. Up top to Cooper. Cooper swings it over to Riley. Jab step. Pump fake. Crossover to his right. Spins to his left. Making something out of nothing to the rim. Gets the lefty layup to go over Clarkson. Down 30. This is disappointing. I did not expect down 30. I expected the Knicks to get smacked up a little bit with the hang around, make a little bit of a comeback. I still assume they're going to make a little bit of a comeback. This is getting bad. They're getting bad. Ghost ZSADUC. What's up, Ghost? It's a preseason. It's a throwaway. It's not a throwaway. This is practice. This is a scrimmage. And as long as they're keeping score, as Clarkson throws up an air ball looking for a foul, he doesn't get it. As long as they're keeping score, I'm trying to win that game. Now, I'm not going to be upset, but I don't like it. As they throw it inside the Bagley, who's got Clarkson on him, he just turns, throws up a hook, gets it to go. Down 32. Not liking it. Clarkson driving it down. Pass fake, gets it knocked out of his hands. It's getting rough out there for Jordan Clarkson right now. Will Riley driving it down, gets it over to Cooper. Cooper up top to Bagley. Bagley kicks it out to Champagnie. Champagnie coming to his left. Gets caught in the air, leaves it off for Will Riley, cutting to the rim, wide open along the baseline, gets a two-handed slam. And timeout from the Knicks, and they got to talk some things over. 34, they got to talk some things over. Y'all looking rough out there. You're getting embarrassed in MSG. I don't like it. I don't like it. Rodney said their bench is killing our bench. They are. They are. This is also not entirely our bench. Yak said when Kolek left the game, we were down 10 points. Talk to him, Yak. Talk to him. Yak was the best player on the court so far tonight. Yak looked the best so far tonight. I mean, Yak. Kind of Yak. Kolek looked the best so far tonight. He was really hooping out there. Felt good when he was in control of the offense. Got to throw him out there, man. Come on. Stephen King said these lineups worse than Tibbs. if Tom Thibodeau was coaching this team right now, Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Towns, and Robinson would all still be in the game right now. AB said, imagine you paid to go to the game tonight. Well, if you paid to go to the game tonight, the Wizards are putting on a show for you. Like, the team across the court, like, they put on a show. And obviously, my man Ghost earlier, like he said, the game ultimately doesn't matter. Now, they keep a score. It's a practice. It's important to see these guys play well, and obviously they're not. So it still sucks, but it's also doesn't matter, like, the end score. So you at least get to watch the Wizards hoop. Like, you're watching one team hoop. It's not the team you root for necessarily, but at least it doesn't really matter for the Knicks overall. But God, oof. Buzzer Beater said the Wizards have 82 friggin' points with over 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Hey, man, it's preseason. It's preseason. AB said, Knicks don't charge Washington bullet prices. True. But I will say, if you're paying to go to a preseason game, you expect to get something silly. It's preseason. Like, you're not going to show up the game and be like, how dare they didn't play the starters tonight. It's preseason. I like shoes. What's up, I like shoes? I thought just maybe when it was a 20-point game, we still had a chance, but I think we are beyond saving at this point. Absolutely. I would say, at this point, just get it to respectability. Like, goddamn, what are we down, 30? Down 30 right now? Get it back to respectability, please. D-Rat said, bright side, we know what we have to work on. We have a lot to work on. Bright side is we know what to work on. The other side is it's a lot. 86. I gave 2 points to the wrong side again. My bad. 86 to 52. A 34-point deficit for the Knicks. My goodness. Clarkson driving it down. Stop turn. Gets it knocked out of his hands. Clarkson has been a mess in the second half. He's been absolutely terrible. Not feeling good about Clarkson so far this preseason. Stephen King said McHale should be playing, man. It's preseason, man. Everybody's just going to sit out. Like I said, these are glorified scrimmages that are televised. Clarkson, quick catch and shoot, gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. These are glorified scrimmages. Now, again, it's televised. They're keeping a score at the end, so I want to win the game. But at the same time, getting smacked up in a scrimmage isn't the worst thing in the world, you know? Stephen King said Knicks of old is preseason, y'all. It's preseason. I will warn against making grand statements over a preseason game in which both teams set starters. Right? AB said, I just hope Mike Brown is not going to be a one-and-done coach because they're saying that he has to win the championship with this team. Nobody with a brain is saying that, AP. Nobody who is a rational thinker is saying that. A successful season is the Knicks pointing in the right direction. Does that mean making the finals? Does that mean making another conference appearance? I can't tell you for sure, but we'll know when we see it what a successful season is like. They better make it far, right? Will Riley a step back 3 over Dadier. Bad defense, didn't like it. He missed the 3. Brogdon bringing it down now. Off the rebound against Cooper. And Brogdon draws the foul on Sharif Cooper. Buzzer Beater said, give the Knicks fans their money back. Buzzer Beater, if you bought a ticket to a preseason game, you know what you're getting yourself into. If this were a regular season game, I'm with you, Buzzer Beater. I'm with you 100%. Preseason game, you know what you're getting yourself into. D-Rat said, Clarkson, start chucking. Somebody got to start getting some decent shots up. I think Clarkson's tried, but he's been terrible so far in the second half. He's been pretty terrible so far. Stephen King said they need better players. His preseason in which they sat all of their bench guys, Josh Hart, Huck Porty, and Shaman. I gotta chill. I gotta chill. Backdoor cut for Cooper. He gets fouled on the backdoor cut. AB said, one thing I don't want to see this year, they better not get embarrassed at home like they did last year. You've said this multiple times, AP. I don't think they got embarrassed at home. I'm sure we can go back and look at the box scores and find a game or two where they got blown out at home, but like, that happens during a regular season, brother. That happens during a regular season. I could probably do that last year with the Celtics and the Cavs and, you know, other teams that it happened to. Like, is NBA basketball, it's an 82-game season. You got 41 games at home. You probably gonna get a night where you don't got it. You're gonna get a night where you don't got it. I like Shu said, I don't want to see the Knicks play like this again. It's preseason. I don't know how many times I got to keep saying, but I'll say it over and over again. Many times y'all need to hear it. Now, where I'll agree with you with Alex Hughes is not like this. Like, getting blown out in preseason is getting blown out in a preseason game. It is what it is, unfortunately. 32? Nah, man. Not 32. 32 is messed up. Stephen King said Wizards smelled blood. Yeah. They were feeling themselves, for sure. For sure. Cooper split the free throws, 87-54. McBride has it, spins in the paint, throws up a floater, gets it to go down. And we get a little bit more of that Deucey. Also gave 2 points the wrong side, my bad. 87-56. Can we get it to around 20 going into the fourth quarter? Can we do that? They throw a lob inside to Bagley. He can't get the layup to go. Yabusele finally with the defensive rebound. Yabusele bringing it down, gets it over to Matthews. Matthews extra pass to Pac-Man. Dadier in the left corner comes up short. Yabusele offensive rebound, back out to Dadier. Dadier swings it out to Clarkson. Clarkson over to Deuce. Deuce right wing three. Too long, can't get it to go. The three-point shots have been horrendously off tonight. Oof. Cross-court pass, Will Riley. Riley up top to Jones. Jones over to Champagny. Champagny right wing three. He can't get it to go. Dadier with the rebound. Good, strong rebound as Will Riley tried to take it away from him. They get it over to Clarkson. Clarkson back over to Dadier. Knicks not doing a whole lot of running in this second half at all. Didn't do a whole lot of running outside of that first quarter. They get it up to Yabu. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson swing through to his left. Stop, turn, spin in the lane. And they call a foul on Dylan Jones. Getting a little handsy in the paint. Buzzer Beater said, I think the Wizards are still trying to make the team. Our guys know their situation. Absolutely. There's another thing against the Knicks tonight. A lot of these guys know where they stand. Like, you think Clarkson want to be sitting in this game right now? You think Yabusele wants to be playing this game right now? Not really. Not really. AB said, we want to win every game, even if it's in the video game. I got you, brother. You think I don't want to win every game? You just got to understand that when the losses come, you can't freak out. Like some of y'all are freaking out over a preseason game. Relax. Relax. We could be upset about it. I always say, we could be upset about it. But y'all are like lingering on it. Like, this is going to represent the regular season. It's like, it's a preseason game in which we sat all the starters. And Josh Hart, and Huck Porty, and Landry Shamet. Like those are 8 guys. Those are 8 guys that they sat. You know, like the Wizards sat some guys too. But none of them are to the level that the Knicks sat. So, you know, don't be down 30. I'm with y'all. I'm upset. I'm frustrated too. But, like, I'm also not going to freak out about it. Get it to 20. Get it to respectability going into the fourth quarter, and then we'll talk. McBride makes the first free throw, misses the second. Yabusele off in the rebound, back out to Deuce McBride. Can't knock down a 3. Come on, Deuce. We trying. I know you're trying, Deuce. I know you're trying. You're chugging up these shots. You're trying to get something going. Hasn't hit a 3 so far tonight. This is the frustrating part with Deuce McBride, where it's like, I need you. You got to be more of a consistent shooter, my brother. Champagny over to Vukcevic. Kicks it out to Will Riley. Right wing 3 over Clarkson. Comes up short. Is that Jameer Watkins with the offensive rebound over Dadier? Dadier just way too lackadaisical. Like, I get it, you're down 30, but, like, this is when you got to be a rah-rah dude and, like, snatch a rebound and go full court and bring some energy to your team. That's what I don't like from Dadier. Don't look like he got that dog in him. Y'all know I love Dadier, and I'm down with developing him, but where's that dog? Snatch that rebound, get out and run, get your team going. Come on, Dadier. Buzzer Beater said, we freak out because 50-plus years of abuse. It's a syndrome. I got you, Buzzer Beater. I got you. But we got to get out of that. We're now half a decade into competency. We're 5 years into competency. Got to get used to it. Got to get used to it. AP said it's upsetting because we waited all day for this game. You got to do something with your day, AP. I was not waiting all day for this game. I had stuff to do. Lionel Mona said, why didn't we have a real lineup? Because it's preseason, and Mike Brown and the coaching staff in the front office wanted to take a look at the back end of the roster to see how these guys will play in a certain situation and see who is going to end up making this team. Guys like Dadier, guys like Matthews, guys like Kolek, maybe even. Get it into Vucevic, who lays it up and in off a nice pass from Will Riley, playing the little pick and roll. Knicks' defense has been horrendous. If you guys have listened to any of the post-practice press conferences, a lot of the players have said the same sentiment of, like, yeah, the defense is a work in progress. As Dadier misses a three, Yabusele another offensive rebound. The defense is a work in progress. Our offense is farther ahead. Matthews an open three. Can't get it to go down. Dadier an offensive rebound. And so our defense is going to struggle a little bit, a lot more than our offense will. As Clarkson misses a wide-open mid-range jumper. Knicks had 3 wide-open shots on that possession, by the way. Missed them all. Missed every single one of them. They're shooting 35% from the field, and the Wizards are shooting 66%. That'll do it to you. That'll do it to you. So you already take a starting lineup who's admitted, like, the defense is going to be a work in progress all season long. As Jameer Watkins puts up a 3, can't get it to go. And then you institute guys like Dadier and Yabusele playing the 5 and the 4. Yeah, the defense is going to really struggle. Yabusele, a left wing 3, knocks it down. Big Yabu, way to knock down the 3. I'll take it. I'll take it. 90 to 60, back down to 30. We're working on it. We're working on it. Back down to 30. Stephen King said deep bench things. Tibbs was right all along. We don't have 3 bench guys out there. Like, we sat even the bench guys. No Hug Porty, no Shamit, no Josh Hart, who's the 6th man. You got a bunch of dudes out there who aren't shot creators. Like, I got you. I'm upset too. Bradu said, damn, 30 plus? I'm with you, brah. I'm with you, Bradu. That is a tough look in any situation for sure. AP said, Leon Rose has to start doing better with his first-round picks. I believe we have one this year. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how much better you want than, like, drafting quickly and then mortgaging him for Anunoby. Drafting Quinn Grimes, moving off him for what ultimately became Mikal Bridges. I like Grimes. Clearly wants a lot of money. Knicks were never going to be able to offer him that. Maybe they moved off of him a little too early. Maybe they moved off of him a little too late. Who knows? But Grimes was a great pick. Quickly was a great pick. I think you just want something to complain about, AP. I think what you want is Dadier to be better. Dadier's fine. They drafted Dadier because he was willing to take less than the max rookie deal for the 25th overall pick, which is pretty unheard of. You know what I mean? And it allowed them to make the Karl-Anthony Towns trade, which they had to do because Isaiah Hartenstein's a Benedict Arnold and a traitor. You know what I mean? Like, there are reasons for everything. So I don't really agree with that sentiment at all. I think he's done a phenomenal job with his first-round picks. I think he's done as good as you can do. I Like Shoes said, what are the odds of a comeback? I think ESPN tracks this exact question. Probability right here. Win probability right here. Perfect. There's a 99.9% chance that the Wizards win. So there's a 0.1% chance, ESPN is calculating, that the Knicks will win the game tonight. Beautiful. Beautiful. The odds are stacked against us. I love these odds. You're telling me there's a chance. I'm putting my money on the Knicks right now. Stephen King said, do you want Giannis or no? I would love Giannis if we could, like, trade Paco Dadie for him. You know what I mean? I would love Giannis if we could do that, which we obviously can't do. But I'm just saying. I would not mortgage the whole team for Giannis and be put back in a situation where you're pushing up against the second apron and now you have to rebuild the team again because you're going to lose depth and whatnot. It's just too much going on with that. D-Raz said, not upset but disappointed. That's, you know what I mean? We could also be upset. I'm not going to blame you for being upset. It's just like in the moment, like be mad and upset about it and then be like, it's preseason though. You know what I mean? Like you got to be able to have that attitude of like, it sucks, but I understand it's preseason. Stephen Cake said Leon Rose did good. I literally have no complaints about Leon Rose. Like I said, name me a bad move he did. He's got 2 bad moves. Both of them came in the first offseason he had in which he signed Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. Those are bad moves. Those are the only 2 bad moves he's made so far. Everything else is justifiable and makes sense. Yeah, I said 0 starters. Washington isn't better than us. Also no Josh Hart. Also no Hug Porty. Also no Landry Shamet. Like, you know what I mean? You know? It's not even a question of who's better, the Knicks or Washington. It's a preseason game. I can't stress it enough. I'm going to say it 100 more times so far tonight because we got a whole other quarter as Kevin McCullough gets cut back door by Will Riley. Will Riley with an easy 2-handed slam. That's not what I want to see. That's not what I want to see at all. Come on, Knicks. Under 5 to go. McCullough has it in the right corner. Up top to McBride, we got McBride, McCullough, Matthews. Kolek is finally back in the game. Over to Yabusele, a straightaway 3. They don't even go out to guard him for good reason because he's, like everybody else so far, breaking 3-point shots left and right. Sharif Cooper has it up top, driving it down against Yabu. Scoop layup, blows it. Nobody is there to guard Champagny, who just scoops the offensive rebound up and lays it up and in. Nobody's hustling out there. This is foot. You know, I say it's a glorified scrimmage, but it's usually like a competitive scrimmage. This is the competition is gone. The Knicks have no like urgency right now. 0 urgency. Nobody's breaking a sweat. Nobody's hustling hard. They're like, all right, let's just get this over with. So it's like, oof. Rodney said, "Where's the motion offense?" I think the starters took it with them when they sat out. The starters took it with them. Here's the thing: motion offense works when you have people who are good at moving without the ball, and with no Bridges and no Hart and no Brunson and no Anunoby, who are good off-ball movers, and no like true point guard like Jalen Brunson to direct some traffic, and no guy to play out of the hub, out of the high post like Karl Anthony Towns. Your motion offense isn't going to work. Trey Jemison driving it down, gets it knocked out of his hands. Ball go back to the Wizards. Your motion offense isn't going to work if you don't have players who can play motion offense. Why did the Knicks have 63 points? Did they take 3 points away or something? I don't know, but it's 94-60. Did I give them 3 points when they didn't deserve the 3 points? It's 94-60. Under 4 to go. What time are we going, or is it not going? Going now. The Wizards miss a 3. Here comes Garrison Matthews off the rebound. They get it over to Jemison. Back to Matthews. Curling to his right. Down the lane. Scoop layup. Can't get it to go. No, a late foul call. Or is it a foul on the Knicks? Matthews, a little slow to get up. No, it's a foul on Trey Jones. It's a foul on the Knicks. So add insult to injury there. D-Ras had switched to the Dallas game. Now, when it comes to the Knicks, we got to watch it to the final buzzer, even if it's as painful as it is tonight. Stephen King said this is why Brunson was necessary. I mean, when you have a superstar point guard, it's going to hurt when he's out of the game. Slim Slam said extensive garbage time. For sure. For sure. Stephen King said trade Kolek, not Dadie. Kolek ain't all that, and he's 27. Kolek is old. He's an old young player. Stayed in college for, did he stay in college for 5 years? Because of the COVID season? Or was it 4 years? Either way, he was in college for at least 4 years in Marquette. I believe he was 23 when he entered the league. Older kid. So, development isn't linear, but McCullough, good drive along the baseline, leaves it off for Trey Jemison. He gets a layup out of it. Sharif Cooper kicks it up top to Watkins, sprays it over to, who's in the game now? Gill. Sharif Cooper wide open on the right wing as McCullough gets up limping him pretty badly. Not a good look. He's going to try and jog it off. He's going to remain in the game. Matthews up top to McCullough. McCullough over to Jemison. And they call a foul on Cooper as Kevin McCullough still has a limp to him. Rodney said, I've seen enough of Kolek and Dadier. I don't blame you, Rodney. I don't blame you. Right? Going into the second year, you haven't seen the level of improvement that you'd like to see a player make from rookie to sophomore. And the Knicks don't have a ton of time to improve on, to wait for development. And with the league, with how deep the league is, we don't have a lot of time, right? New players have been coming in. Like, I already forget who said it, talking about the first-round picks this year. I think AP. Knicks have a first-round pick this year, right? Even if it may be the 25th to somewhere between 25 and 30, even if it's a late first-round pick, they're going to have a pick. They're going to have a pick, and they're going to be looking to bring in a rookie. And so, hey, Dottie, are you still not developing? Time to move on. Time to cut your losses. As Trey Jemison missed the free throw. Here come the Wizards. Right? Tyler Kolek still not developing? Time to look for another guard to develop, like Dink Pate or something. Right? Cross-court pass, Jameer Watkins, left corner. And they call a trap on Jameer Watkins. The kid, hold on, Mbumwa, I believe is in the game. I've been calling him Tosan Evbumwan. That's not how you pronounce it. I did take a picture of the pronunciation. Hold on, let me get his name right. Let me shout my man out. Oleg driving it down, kicks it out to Matthews. Extra pass, Mo Diawara, my man Mo. My man Mo Diawara line us up with the three. I'm going to get hype for my man Mo Diawara 10 times out of 10. Way to knock it down, Mo. Way to knock down the three. Yes, sir. Get us started with something. Get us started. Dylan Jones down the lane. Good defense from Trey Jemison. Vucevic with the offensive rebound. He throws it up and in. Okay. But give me something else, Mo. Give me something to be excited about. Rodney said, I like that kid. Me too, Rodney. I'm with you. I'm a big fan of Mo Diawara. I think he's got something to him. As Garrison Matthews draws a foul on the three-point shot on Anthony Gill. He's going to go to the foul line for 3 free throws. Under 2 to go. Markel Wells. What's up, Markel? Bank VH. What's up, VH? The lack of effort is on the coach. He's allowing the players to continue with a lack of effort. Sure, a lot of these players aren't a part of the rotation, though. So, you know, he's just saying, show me what you got. And this is what they got. And he's saying, okay, you're not giving me a reason to play, y'all. That's kind of the situation they're in. It's a preseason game. Not Joe said, do you watch the NFL? Very casually. Very casually. I will say, I'm not like a Giants fan, but Giants are very entertaining with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboot. Very entertaining with those guys. Judge that said 166 is a bad look. Very bad look. Like I said, get it back to respectability, goddammit. Don't go down 40. Down 34 points right now. Don't go down 40 in it's preseason. Don't go down 40. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get it to respectability, somewhere around 20. That's a regular blowout. Rodney said, I like Tosan as well. Tosan's not bad. He had a pretty good year with the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, Brooklyn Nets are tanking, so he had all kinds of opportunities. He's not bad. He's got good size. For the most part, plays hard. We'll see if he plays hard here tonight. I want to make sure I pronounce his name correctly, though. I've been pronouncing it wrong. I've been pronouncing it Tosan Evbumwan. That is not how you pronounce it. The correct pronunciation is Tosan Ewuma. Ewuma. Tosan Ewuma. There we go. Tosan Ewuma. Alyssa Lester said, what's wrong with the Knicks tonight? They sat all their good players, and they were hoping that, like, Deuce McBride and Jordan Clarkson and Malcolm Brogdon and who was the big man? Yabusele could, like, give them something, and they didn't have anything to give tonight. And so it's a mix of ridiculously poor shooting, going down early and then letting go of the rope entirely. And you can't really do that in the NBA because you're going to get embarrassed like you're getting embarrassed right now, right? You can't let go of the rope because then you get embarrassed. Stephen King said, what is Brunson teaching Kolek? He's mid. There's only so much knowledge you can pass on to a guy. It's up to the guy to take that knowledge and improve themselves, right? Brunson is not coaching Kolek. He's just passing on some knowledge. It's up to Kolek to become a better player. Mr. McGee, what's up, Mr. McGee? I'm sure this game has a deeper viewpoint on the back end, experimental, if you will. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it is, Mr. McGee. I think you hit the nail right on the head. I think that's a perfect summation of this game. It's got a deeper meaning for the coaching staff, for the front office. They're trying to evaluate a couple things. They're trying to evaluate players playing, right? End of the bench guys, end of the rotation guys, end of, like, possible G League guys, like guys fighting for rotation spots, guys fighting for roster spots entirely. They're trying to evaluate who to keep, who to let go, who's going to be part of the rotation, who deserves an opportunity to be part of the rotation, all of that. They're trying to observe all of it. Difficult to observe it when starters are playing 25 minutes a night, right? So you sit all the starters and you say, okay. It's also, on the other side of that, trying to evaluate, okay, Deuce McBride, what happens if we give you the ball and we say lead in offense? It looked rough. Clearly not that kind of guy. What happens if we put Jordan Clarkson out there as sort of the de facto go-to scorer? What does it look like? Looks rough. At this point in his career, he may not be the guy who can give you buckets, but also he may have come into tonight with the idea of what he had with the Utah Jazz as a tanking team of like, whatever, give me the ball, I'll chuck up some shots, it's fine. Not going to play that hard, right? I don't know what the directive was. I don't know what the mentality was coming out of the locker room. Again, somebody said that might be on the coach. It might be. It might be. I mean, the jury's still out on Mike Brown. I like, so far, what I've heard from Mike Brown say. I like the ideas he's bringing to the table. Will they work out? Time will tell. We're going to have to watch the season. We're going to have to evaluate it as it goes. It's going to be a work in progress. It's going to look rough to start. Hopefully not this rough. This is rough. It's going to be rough to start. There's going to be nights where they look bad, really bad. And we're going to be like, really? You lost to Detroit Pistons by 23 points? Really? Come on, man. Right? There's going to be nights like that. And then there's going to be nights where you go toe-to-toe with the Oklahoma City Thunder when both teams are fully healthy. And you're going to be like, that's the Knicks right there. But, like, you're going to have both sides of that, especially this season. Especially this season. Stephen King said, every Knicks loss gives me PTSD. I get it. I get it for sure. Rodney said, Kolek was a good college player, not good enough for the NBA. Possibly. Very much possibly. Very possible. So Garrison Matthews hit all 3 of his free throws, and they called it a flagrant foul, so they got the possession back. Trey Jemison was fighting for the offensive rebound after the Knicks missed the shot. Couldn't grab it. Ball going back to the Wizards here. 1:30 to go. They get it up top to Vukcevic. Sidestep 3, can't get it to go. Fight for a loose ball rebound, out of bounds. Off of Gill. A lot of contact there, fighting for that rebound. It's coming back to the Knicks. I don't think these refs want to blow the whistle too much. I think they want to get up out of here. Knicks down by 31. Like I said, get it to respectability. Kolek bringing it down, leans in, low fall away, mid-range shot off glass. Got it to go. Nice move from Tyler Kolek. That's more like it. Knicks down by 29. Hold on. It's under 30. Hold on. Never say never. Dylan Jones gets it out to Jameer Watkins. Watkins driving it down in the lane. Goes up. Can't get it to go. Good defense from Trey Jemison, who got hurt under the belt. Got hit under the belt. Not feeling too well, but he's jogging it off. Kolek has it up top. Kolek has been pretty good at directing traffic, generating offense. Knocks down a floater there. Okay, Tyler Kolek. Lead us back, my brother. Lead us back. He's one of the only guys who's played pretty well tonight. One of the only guys. Dylan Jones up top. Crosses over to his right. Driving it down. Cross-court pass. Anthony Gill, left wing 3. Airballs it. Airmail. Mo Diawara picks up the rebound. Maybe we should have seen more of Mo Diawara tonight. I'm just saying. Tyler Kolek bringing it down. In the mid-range, pull-up jumper. Okay, Tyler Kolek, let us get it going. They talking down in your name right now in the chat, Tyler Kolek. Show us something. Show us something. Just that to get through preseason without any starters injured. That's what I'm saying. That's the goal. That is for sure the goal. Dylan Jones is going to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. There's about a 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Jones dancing around the Vucevic screen. Cross-court pass. Jameer Watkins, a right wing three. Too long, can't get it to go. Mo Diawara fighting for the rebound. He can't grab it. Anthony Gill with the offensive rebound. He blows a layup. Over to Kolek. Kolek, a three-quarters court heave. Can't get it to go. But the Knicks enter the fourth quarter down by 25. Make it respectable. Make it respectable, Knicks. Get it to around 10. Get it to the teens. And that's a respectable loss right there. Down by 30 plus, not respectable. Be a respectable basketball team here tonight. I like Shu said, okay, now it's looking like a respectable blowout. This is somewhat respectable. This is maybe not respectable, but it happens. Losing by 25, it happens. It happens. Respectable to me is in the teens. Get it to respectability. Get it under 20, and I'll be all right with that tonight, even though it looked horrible for most of the night. Just that said, I put up the plus minus, which Sheffy firmly believes is a PS stat. I think it is like 80% of a BS stat because there's no context behind the plus minus. But usually when you have a large minus, it usually means you were really bad, personally. I think 80% of the plus minus stat is BS. 20% of there can tell you a little bit of the story of the game and the impact that player had. Mr. McGee said this will be a fortitude fourth quarter. I hope it is, they give us something. I hope they give us something, right? Tyler Kolek started to get something going. Matt Ryan is in the game for the Knicks, by the way, along with Alex Len. Start of the fourth quarter. Let's set ourselves up. I can see the game cast is already going. I'm going to cover it. Y'all can't see, so we don't get spoiled together. Why am I so far behind on this stream? I'm like 20 seconds behind. All right, let me go all the way back to live. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Start of the fourth quarter. Let's do it. We got Deuce McBride, Mo Diawara, Alex Len, Matt Ryan, and Tosan Mbumwa. What was it? I already forgot. Mbumwa? Ebumwa. Sharif Cooper trying to guard McBride. McBride to pull up three. Deuce McBride finally make a shot. Okay, Deuce, 22-point per game. 22-point game. Just that said, I love plus minus, especially in the NHL. I mean, it's a little bit different in the NHL because the scoring is so much lower. Get it out to Will Riley, a straightaway three trying to answer. He can do it. And Boomwa with the rebound. Let me make sure I pronounce his name. Ewoma. I'm pronouncing it terribly. Ewoma. Back to Deuce McBride, left wing three. 2 straight threes for Deuce. It's a 19-point game. I'm telling y'all, we're making the comeback. Y'all should have put money on it. I'm a prophet. I'm trying to tell y'all it's a 19-point game. We've seen comebacks like this all preseason long. If y'all have been tuned in with us, Mondays through Saturday, we are going live for as many games as possible this season. I'm telling y'all right now, we've seen 27-point comebacks. We've seen 24-point comebacks. It's a 19-point game right now. 19-point game right now. So we still have an incredibly long way to go, but we're starting to get it back to respectability. We're almost there. We're almost there. Just that said, Deuce went on the court. The other team scored 27 more points than the Knicks did, so minus 27. That is how the stat works. But what the stat doesn't tell you is who else was on the court when Deuce McBride was there. Did he play with a real big? He did not. He played with Yabusele all night, right? Did he play with a guy who can play defense? No, he played with Jordan Clarkson all night at the 3. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't give you that kind of context. Chris Gallix said, guess no undefeated preseason. Hey, Chris, we got 11 minutes to go. It's a 19-point game. Don't count us out yet, Chris. Don't count us out yet, Chris. We on our way. I'm trying to tell y'all got to keep the faith. Y'all got to keep the faith. Now, it's probably not going to happen, but that doesn't mean it's impossible, right? When we looked at the probability that ESPN gave us, it says 0.1%. You're telling me there's a chance. You're telling me there's a chance. I like my chances. If you tell me that there's a 0.1% probability that we're going to win the game, I like my chances. I'm going to tell y'all right now because I beat the chances every night. I beat the odds all the time. Ain't no odds ever going to stand in my way. I'm going to get my victory. The Knicks are going to pull it out. I'm going all the way. The Knicks are going to pull it out tonight. They're going to make it happen. I don't care. They're going to make it happen. Maybe. Hopefully we see something special. Rodney said Wizards also played last night. So they are in rhythm, is what you're telling me. They're in rhythm. Well, the Knicks had, 3 days off? 3.5 days off, unfortunately. I like Shu said, if we somehow see a comeback, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm with you. You will literally see me lose my mind. Literally, because the camera's on me right now. You will see it. Back-to-back in the playoffs, by the way, Rodney, is kind of crazy. Getting a back-to-back in the playoffs. Getting a back-to-back in the preseason is kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Just that said, need a 40-10 quarter. Weren't they down 32 at halftime? So even a 40-10 quarter would not work. Rodney said they should have tired legs. They're all young. No such thing as tired legs. They're all young. Back when you were playing ball in college, Rodney, couldn't you have played like 5 games in a row? It didn't matter to you. You was ready to go, right? Right? Weren't you ready to go? I mean, back when I was in high school, I was ready. We literally played like 2 or 3 games in a day. We were ready to go. All right, we're coming back in. Bagley driving to the rim. Gets fouled by Alex Len, who's in the game now. Alex Len, in his first stint, started off horribly, and then started to figure some things out a little bit, have a better impact. So, Stephen King said, with Bridges and Cat, yeah, they can come back. Imagine we see Jalen Brunson get up off the bench, take off the hoodie, and he's got his jersey on, and he starts making his way in. Would be crazy. Marvin Bagley misses a free throw. We love when our opponents miss free throws, time and time again. Make something happen, Knicks. Make something happen. They're giving you an opportunity. Bagley does knock down the second one, unfortunately. McBride bringing it down against Sharif Cooper. Coming to his left off of Alex Len screen. Stops, turns, spins. Coming to his right off the Len rescreen. Out to Mwoma. Tosan Mwoma gets it over to McBride. Gets it into Len. Alex Len hands it off to McBride. McBride leaning in, throws up a tough floater. Can't get it to go down. Fight for the rebound. Bagley has it. By the way, where's my man Tyler Kolek at? Sharif Cooper running the break. Alley-oop to Will Riley, who was running the floor. Beat the Knicks down the court. Gets the layup to go. I don't like that. McBride bringing it down. Crossing over in the lane. Tries to get it over to Alex Len. Gets knocked out of bounds by Sharif Cooper. Good hands from him. Just as that said, enter Sandman, Captain Clutch would be hilarious. It would be hilarious. Rodney said Deuce is not a point guard. He is not. He is not. He has proven he is not. We've given him opportunities to show maybe he can be, and he has shown us he is definitely not. He is a shooting guard in a point guard's body. McBride coming to his left off the Alex Len screen. McBride almost throws it away. Diawara able to save it out to Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan off the bounce. Not really his game. As evident by that, he just turned it over. Home run pass to Jameer Watkins, who goes up and gets a two-handed slam in transition. Back to 24. Come on, y'all. Like I said, we're almost at respect. But Alex Len hit Diawara, comes to the rim all the way to the basket, gets a lefty layup to go. Okay. Good give and go from Diawara and Alex Len there. Good job from Diawara to turn on the Jets. They get it over to Will Riley. Riley driving it down in the lane, flips it up with the right hand, can't get it to go. But with Diawara and Alex Len contesting the layup, it left Marvin Bagley wide open for the easy one-handed putback jam. McBride pocket pass to Len, kicks it out to Mwoma. Mwoma, Euro step down the lane, runs right into the defender. Oh, they called a blocking foul. That was definitely a charge. It was definitely a charge. I'll take the blocking foul, though. It's going to send Mwoma to the foul line for 2 free throws. Agent Emmanuel. What's up, Agent? I think it's a fixed match. Maybe. Kate Hazy said the passes are terrible. They're not good. They are for sure not good. Not on the mark. Not on time. Anything that could be wrong with them, they are wrong with them. The rotation's off. As Mwoma misses a free throw. Can't be missing free throws, y'all. Kevin McCullough checking back in. It's nice to see him back on the court as they take Diawara out. Mike Brown, leave my man Mo Diawara in the game. He's making an impact. Come on. Where's Tyler Kolek at? See, this is proof that he's not really concerned about winning this game. He's concerned about evaluating certain players and giving them an opportunity to showcase their skills to possibly be picked up, if not by the Knicks, by other teams. Because if he was concerned about chipping into this lead and making a comeback, Tyler Kolek would be in the game, along with Mo Diawara. Here comes Tyler Kolek up off the bench. And Woma driving it down, leans in, slips and falls, completely off balance. Not a good play from him. Here come the Wizards pushing the other way. It's a 5-on-4. They get it in the corner to Watkins. Watkins attacking the baseline. Kicks it back up top. Dylan Cooper, wide open three. Can't get it to go. And then knocked out of bounds by Jameer Watkins. So it's going to go back to the Knicks with 8:46 to go. Devontae Sinclair said this is definitely a raid match. It is not. I was saying it as a joke. Some seems off, even for preseason. Nothing seems off. This is preseason, brother. Happens around the league every night. Get it over to Sinclair. My man Devontae Sinclair. They get it over to Kolek up top. Coming to his right off the lens screen. Thinking it back to his left hand. Down the lane. Kicks it out. And Woma left corner three. And there you go. Beautiful. See, that's what a point guard does, Deucey. That's what a point guard does. Shout out my man Deuce. I love Deuce. But that's what a point guard does. On time, right in the shooting pocket, rotation was perfect, caught it, turned, fired, boom. Nothing but net from my man Mwoma. Dylan Jones has it up top, attacking to his left, crosses over to his right, putting his head down, attacking, flips it up at the rim, gets the layup to go over Kolek. He's just bigger and stronger, Dylan Jones. That's a big dude. That is guard Yabusele right there. That's a big, wide dude right there. Tyler Kolek catches it on the run, leans in, creates the space, little pull-up jumper got it to go. Okay, Tyler Kolek said, I got some muscle on me too. Move Dylan Jones up out of the way. 109-88. See, if we really wanted to make the comeback, we would have had Tyler Kolek playing this whole fourth quarter. But it's really not about that. Really not about that. Dylan Jones kicks it out to Watkins. They call a charge on Dylan Jones, who ran right into who? Mwoma. Mwoma and Tyler Kolek leading the comeback, y'all. We getting this victory tonight on the backs of Mwoma and Tyler Kolek. I think Rodney said it earlier about Mwoma. I like Mwoma. I'm with you, Rodney. I like him. Every time we've seen him out on the court, he's been productive. He's made an impact. Tyler Kolek, nice pass to Alex Len, rolling to the rim, and he just can't make that layup. Time has passed him by. Sharif Cooper down the lane, kicks it out. Jameer Watkins, right corner three. Splashes in nothing but net. That's not what I want to see. I want to see the comeback happen. Stephen King said, Wizards look like dogs? Not really. They're just making a bunch of shots tonight, man. Nothing I've seen from the Wizards tonight has shown me that they really got that dog in them. They just made a bunch of three-point shots, which is nice. When you make shots, your offense looks incredible. When you miss shots, your offense looks putrid. Tyler Kolek knocks down the right corner three. He said, anything you can do, I can do better. Tyler Kolek trying to lead the comeback. He's trying to lead the comeback. And Woma is trying to step up to help him. But they're not getting anybody else to contribute right now. Maybe if they got my man Mo Diawara in there, we might make this comeback happen. Kevin McCullough chases down the long rebound as Cooper came up short. They get it over to Mwoma. He gets the lefty layup. Way to push Kevin McCullough. Yes, sir. 19-point game. 19-point game, y'all. I'm not trying to raise the alarm here, but it's 19 points. We might make this comeback happen. I'm trying to keep hope alive. Will Riley has it up top, coming to his left, and Mwoma trying to chase him. Len switches on the Rileys in the paint. Pump fake, leans in, draws the foul, and one. Alex Len, why'd you go for the pump fake? He's off balance. Come on, Len, just leave your hand up there. You're 7 feet tall with a long wingspan. What are you jumping for? Get Alex Len out of here. Did I never restart the timer? I never restarted the timer. We got 6:18 to go. We're about to hit the halfway point here. And Trey Jemison is at the scores table about to get Alex Len up out of there. Let's get Alex Len up out of there. AP said, how many years did Mike Brown sign for? Did they even tell us? 4 years. 4-year contract. I think $40 million a year. I mean, $40 million total, $10 million a year. My bad. Agent Emmanuel said, my money is on the Knicks, and no, I'm losing my mind. They were down 30. Your mind you should already have accepted your fate, brother. I heard your Fifis, what's up, Hurt? Knicks losing to the Wizards in preseason? Sure. Will Riley. Also, I said it earlier in the night. I said it before we started the game. The Wizards going to shock a lot of people. They're going to be halfway decent this year. I mean, they're still going to win 28 to 30 games, right? I think around 27, 28 wins they're going to win. It's not going to be great, but they're going to shock some people. They're going to win some games they probably shouldn't win. McCullough, sidestep, over to Mwoma. Shot clock winding down the lane. Somehow got to the rim, got the righty scoop layup to go. Mwoma, okay. I wouldn't mind keeping Mwoma around. I would not mind keeping Tosan Mwoma around. Dylan Jones down the lane, scoop layup. Can't get it to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Wizards. 5:42 to go. 20-point deficit for the Knicks. 115-95. Just that said, Cat is always in the Yankees hat. He be repping the Yankees, man. That's his team. That's his team. Just that said, one guy on the court currently for the Knicks will be on the team, maybe. You said one guy will definitely be on the team. Maybe. I mean, that's just kind of the state the Knicks are in right now. They got guys competing for a possible roster spot. You're right, and that guy is Kolek. Well, two of them, because Kolek and McCullough both have the two-way deals. So they're contracted with the Knicks. They have guaranteed contracts, two-way contracts, but they're guaranteed. You know? Jameer Watkins down the lane draws the foul on Tyler Kolek, who is not about to step in and take a charge in a preseason game. And it's going to send Jameer Watkins to the foul line for 2 free throws when the Knicks are down 20. Doesn't look like the comeback's going to happen. But we're having fun. We at least had some fun. Stephen King said Len will be out of the NBA after preseason. Yeah, most likely. I mean, they brought him in as a training camp dude. It was like just to, hey, man, just bang down low with our bigs. You know. Andres YT. YouTube, Andres, what's up, Andres? Remember me, it's Andres. I've been watching you since your first start of the channel. Love how much you've grown, man. I appreciate you, Andres. I do remember the name. Appreciate you, man. I know it's a different username, but I do remember my man Andres. Thank you, man. Thanks for hanging out with me for as long as you have. Rodney said, keep him and Shiv Dadier. Keep Mwoma. Hey, man. Every time he's been on the court, he's contributed in a positive way. Dadier, he's sometimes contributed in a positive way. Sometimes not so much. I don't mind Mwoma. I like his game. I like his play style. And I like saying his name. And Mwoma is a very, very good, fun name to say. Just as I'm trying to give him his props, he turns it over. Sharif Cooper all the way to the rim. Gets chased down, blocked by Trey Jemison. And then the Knicks come up with the loose ball. There you go. Why is my scoreboard so far off? A pull-up three from Matt Ryan. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Trey Jemison can't chase it down. It's 116-95. Why was my score so off? 146 to go. Lana Mona said, at least we're down 17 and not 30. Absolutely. Absolutely. AB said, if Washington has a good season, that means we get their pick. So they're probably going to tank if their pick is on the line. I did not realize that, but they'll make sure they get their pick. But they're going to be pretty decent. Is that Alondes Williams on the Wizards? I think Alondes Williams is in for the Wizards. That is Alondes Williams. I was really high on Alondes Williams when he came into the league, and he just hasn't really had an opportunity. Wizards driving it down, little bump Euro step, knocks down the floater. Who was that? Kaderi Richmond. Okay, shout out to him. Shout out to Kaderi Richmond. McCullough shoves it over to Jemison. Can't get the two-handed slam, but he gets fouled by Anthony Gill. It's going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws with 4:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Vlad Smear Puddin. What's up, Vlad? I got Knicks plus 220.5 on FanDuel. I put my whole groceries money down. Brother, it's preseason, big dog. I guess we're starving. I'm rooting for you, big dog. I'm rooting for you. As a Knicks fan, I'm with you. Make a respectable lose, at least in the teens. But Jemison at the foul line, he knocks down the first one. We might get there. We might get there, Vlad. You might not go hungry. Yak said, Kolek is making the team. Nobody believes me. Kolek is definitely making the team because he has no trade value around the league whatsoever. If the Knicks wanted to move off from him, they'd have to attach something to make a team want to take him. Nobody wants Tyler Kolek. Gill has it up top. Gets it out to Cooper. Driving to his left off the handoff. Step back mid-range jumper over Jemison. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. My man Mwoma comes flying in. Make sure we grab that rebound. Now he's going to turn on the jet. Spins off the defender. Throws a lob. My man Mwoma with the lob to Jemison. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of my man Tosan Mwoma. We get this comeback with 3:37 to go. We're going to make it happen. We're going to shock the world. Jameer Watkins throws up a floater over Jemison. Gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Rodney said, sign this kid. I'm with you, Rodney. I'm with you 100% at this point. 100%. Let me look up how old is he? Is he an old, rookie? I know he's not a rookie. He played last year, but 24. Sign my man Tosan Mwoma. He's 24. I'm with it. 6'7", 217 out of Princeton, and he got the smarts too. He went to Princeton. Okay, Mwoma, I see you. In his second season, I see Mwoma. I see him. Okay. Okay. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Look at my mans over here. Look at my mans. I'm a big old fan. Okay, Mwoma, he's winning me over tonight. Tonight's not a total loss. He's winning me over. My man AP still reminding people that the thumbs up. I appreciate you, AP. I really do. I really, really do. Because if you're still here watching the Knicks get their brains beat in by the Washington Wizards in a preseason battle where none of the starters played and 3 bench guys were also out for the Knicks, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Kolek on the left wing. He's going to attack after Jameer. Hold on. Let's bring it back. Bring it back. Color all the way to the rim. He gets a layup to go. It is a 101 to 119. Should we get our score right? Here we go. Here we go. I was too busy admiring my man Tosan Mwoma making an impact. Alondes Williams, a straightaway 3 over McCullough. Can't get it to go. Jemison with the rebound. Here comes Kolek. Hit ahead to Mwoma. That's right. Get the ball in the hands of my man. Making things happen. Kolek hesitates on the 3. Now puts it up. Comes up short. Anthony Gill chases down the long rebound. Gets it over to Jameer Watkins. Watkins, the rookie, dancing with it. Gets it out to Alondes Williams. Kicks it out. And now they call a late charge. My man Mwoma stepping in. My man Mwoma, man. Andre says, remember, like and subscribe, or else Tips comes back as head coach. Some people might want that. Some people might want that. 119, 101, 241 to go. We're almost out of our misery, y'all. We're almost there. I'm trying to make this as entertaining as possible. This game's been over since the second quarter. We're trying to make it fun and entertaining. We're trying to find reasons to get hyped and root for things. Right now, my man Tosan Mwoma, he's the guy. He's the guy I'm rooting for. My man Tyler Kolek, he hasn't done anything great the last couple of minutes, but shout out to my man Tyler Kolek, who's played pretty well. Andre said it could be worse. It's only 22. What is it now? It's 18 now, so. Hattie, what's up, Hattie? He said, oh, wow, yuck. You're not wrong. It's been that kind of night for sure. For sure. Rodney said, we can work with Tosan on athleticism and shooting. He was pretty impressive last year with the Nets. He did some things. Now, obviously, they were a tanking team, so you look at that with a grain of salt. But looking at him here in preseason, he's got skills. He's got abilities. He's got size. He's got versatility. Obviously, he's looking to make the league, right? He's working hard to try and make the league. Even though he had what some would consider a successful season with the Nets last year, the Nets did not bring him back. So he's bouncing. He's going to bounce around the league looking for a spot. So he's hungry. And you can see in the way he's playing, pretty smart. Pretty smart basketball player. He's got good feel. Kay Hazy said, forget Shaman and Matthews. Mwoma has been showing out since the summer. He has. Yes. Tosan Mwoma, I was like, oh, the Nets kid? Whatever. He's on the team. Who cares? And now watching him in preseason, I'm like, hold on. There's something there with him, Woma. There's something there. I don't mind him. My man Vlad said, I'm just trying to eat SpaghettiO for a week. I think they got you, Vlad. I think the Knicks are going to help you out here. Rodney said, make him a two-way for now. Who are our two-ways? I think Mo Diawara is a two-way, is he not? I think they got Mo, Diawara, and they still have Kevin McCullough and Tyler Kolek on two-ways, I believe. Right? I believe those are our 3 two-way contracts. You're allowed 3 two-way contracts. So who are we taking off the two-way contract for Mwoma? I don't know. It's a tough question. I think Kevin McCullough plays hard, but I've never been a very big fan of him. I don't think there's a whole lot of room there for improvement. McCullough right corner, prove me wrong, knock down that 3. Comes up short on it. Here comes Sharife Cooper bringing it down. Final 2.5 of the 4th. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. Keep it respectable within the teens. Keep it in the teens. Watkins, Sharife Cooper has it up top, being guarded by Kolek. Coming to his right off a good screen from Gill. They kick it out. All right, corner 3. Can't get it to go from Richardson. Gill with the offensive rebound gets fouled by Jemison. I don't like that. Grab a rebound, y'all. Struggled on the glass all night long. Ronnie said Kevin McCullough can go. Yeah, I've never been as high as other people have on Kevin McCullough. He plays hard and whatnot. I'm good. I'm good. My man Vladimir with 20. Brother, you need that money. Brother, I don't need that. I appreciate you. Best believe I appreciate you, Vlad. But I'm not trying to take your SpaghettiO funds, brother. Keep your SpaghettiO funds, brother. I want you to eat. I want you to eat. I'm going to be able to eat this week. I'm good. I'm good for the week. You need that. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you, man. That's very generous of you. Very generous. Here comes Tyler Kolek bringing it down the other way. They missed both free throws, apparently. I did not watch it. I'm going to take the fact that it's still 118-101. They didn't make anything. And Woma down the lane gets hacked by Anthony Gill. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. My man's just making things happen. Just making things happen. He said, I'm good with beefaroni. I appreciate you then, Vlad. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Very generous of you, my man. Thank you. Karen said, not horrible considering who's been playing. Good test for the guys. It's a good test. I would argue, Karen, that it was pretty horrible tonight. They were down by as much as 34, I believe, which was the largest lead of the game. As my man Mwoma, I can't be missing free throws, though, brother. I need you to knock down your free throws. But, you know, like I said, respectability is losing in the teens, and they're trying to make it respectable. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fight to the end. And Mwoma misses both free throws. We can't have that. All right, he's out of here. Get him out of here. You missed 2 free throws in a row. Get him out of here. I'm done with you. I'm playing. I still like him. Cooper has it, bringing it down. McCullough trying to stick with him. Picks his dribble up, kicks it back out. Alondes Williams up top, being guarded by Mwoma. A dribble, pull up 3, can't get it to go. Good box out from McCullough on Anthony Gill there. Here comes Kolek bringing it down, gets it over to McCullough. McCullough's going to quick crossover to his left, kicks over to Mwoma. And Mwoma struggling with his handle. He's going to pull it all the way back out. Now he's going to look to quickly attack. Nice in and out move. And then gets blocked by Anthony Gill. They're pushing the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Tyler Kolek, the lone defender. He's going to step right in. And they call a blocking foul on Tyler Kolek. Close. But couldn't beat him to the spot. Tyler Kolek, 18 points tonight. 18 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. Solid. As soon as the game ends, we'll run right through the box score real quick. Not much to analyze, but we'll see what guys ended up with. Right? And then we'll log off, and we'll get ready for the game tomorrow. Anthony Gill knocked down the first free throw. He's got another one coming real quick. Actually, I'll look it up over here. So we can leave our game cast up. And then I'll look at the games tomorrow. What do we got? Got Pistons, Cavs. Rockets, Pelicans. Are we watching Pistons, Cavs, y'all? We might be watching Pistons, Cavs. I might just call it right now. We might be watching Pistons, Cavs. That might be fun. That might be fun. That Kolek to the rim? $120. 120, 103. My man Tyler Kolek with 20-point night. His first 20-point night of his NBA career. Kolek with the rebound. 38 seconds to go. He's bringing it down. Ooh, getting fancy with the handles behind the back. Pulling it back out. Ooh, dancing with it. Hands it off. Just go ahead, dance with it. Dance with it, Kolek. Yeah, get it back to him. Dance with it. A pull-up three. Dance with it. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with the Knicks. 23 seconds to go. Andre said, yes, we watched two teams the Knicks beat. Hey, Hayes said, Kolek off the bench with a high score. Should have played more tonight if they wanted to win. And Moma in the left corner. Gets it out to Kolek. Curling down the lane. Kicks it up top. McCullough catches. Pump fakes. Coming to his left. Good rotations from the Wizards there. And an offensive foul on McCullough. Hooking Sharif Cooper trying to get past him. Vlad said, I got it. I think you got it, brother. 13 seconds to go. 17-point lead for the Wizards. Unless they come down, knock down a three. Just that. Didn't we already do Pistons, Cavs? No, we did Pistons. Who'd they play? Pistons played somebody else. And it wasn't a very good game. And that's it. They're just going to dribble out the clock. And that's it. You did it, Vlad. My man is eating good tonight. Appreciate you, Vlad. Happy for you, my brother. Addy said, okay, well, preseason. All right, I wish they played better, but okay. What was the... We did Pistons somebody else. Pistons played somebody else. I can't remember. Minnesota, right? I'll go look it up real quick. Who did we do? Actually, I can look. It's probably faster on my phone. Oh, snap. Probably faster on my phone. We did Pistons, Grizzlies. And then because the Grizzlies were supposed to have John Moran, and then John Moran got hurt, and he was out. So, I don't know. Do you guys not want to do Pistons? Who are they playing? We can look at it. We can look at it real quick. Actually, real quick, you want to look at box scores? I don't really want to look at box scores, but we can. We can look at the box score. Bagley at 18. Kaishan George with 11. 10 for Champagne, 10 for the rookie Trey Johnson. Off the bench, Vukcevic with 15. They couldn't miss from 3. They were 18 for 30 from three-point range. As for the Knicks, who's leading the score was Tyler Kolek with 20 off the bench. Everyone got buckets tonight, except for Matt Ryan, who didn't score. But a rough night for McBride, rough night for Clarkson, rough night for Brogdon, rough night for Dadier, who had 8 points all in the first half, didn't do anything in the second half, unfortunate. Played 25 minutes, not great. McBride played 28 minutes, not great. Did hit the 2 threes in the second half, but the game was already over, so the pressure was off. So, Yak said if Kolek hit a few threes, he would have had a terrific game. True. Kolek was what? 1 for 5 from 3, so yeah, if he hit a few threes, would have been nice. 7 for 13 from the field. Garrison Matthews. A lot of people were high on Garrison Matthews. This is what Garrison Matthews does. He has a game where he's like 4 for 4 from 3, and then he has a game where he's like 1 for 5. It's not great. It's part of the reason why he's bounced around the league as much as he has. Anybody else? My man Tosan Amoma. 3 for 3 from the field. Hit a 3-point shot. 0 for 4 from from the foul line. Get him out of here. Hit your free throws, Amoma, and then we could talk. 7 total points for him. What do you have? Rebounds, assists. 4 boards and an assist. Cool. Kolek also dished in with 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Cool. Dadier had 6 boards. Okay, I guess, but not a great night for our Knicks, so not much to really go over here. Now, as for tomorrow's game, what are we doing, y'all? What are we doing for tomorrow's game? Tuesday. What are we doing here? We got Pistons, Cavs. Got Rockets, Pellies. Got Thunder, Bucks. We got Bulls, Nuggets. Well, that's a 9 o'clock game. I don't want to do that. These 3. Between these 3. What are we looking at? You want me to make a poll? do a poll real quick. Pull it up. I like Shoe said, thank God we're not getting blown out like this. Like the like the Loon Lions. Yep. Yep. We can start a poll. Pistons, Cavs. Okay, Hazy. Rockets, Pels. I vote. All right, let me put it in real quick, I guess. Hold on. We got 3 options here. Tomorrow game. We got one more preseason game for our Knicks. We have Pistons, Cavs. We have Rockets v Pels. And then we have Thunder v Bucks. Now, if you guys pick Thunder Bucks, I will acknowledge it, but I will be upset. We did watch a Thunder game, and they didn't play anybody. You want to talk about a team that didn't play anybody? The Thunder didn't play anybody in that game, and we still did it. And it was not very entertaining. They played the Pacers. Now, this is their last preseason game, so many of these are some of the last, not Rockets, Pelicans. They only played 2 so far. This will be their 3rd, but Thunder have played 4 so far. You get 5 preseason games, so that'll that's a Peacock game. I don't want to do that game. We'll see what you guys vote on. We'll see what you guys vote on. Literally, you could vote for whatever you want, and that's the one we'll do. That's it. OKC said everyone, every single person, every single one of them. It was unfortunate. Just that's at 8 p.m. start time though. That's fine. Fine for me. 8 p.m. is not that bad. 8 p.m. is not that bad at all. The only thing that gets a little crazy is at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock and later is when it's like, ooh, we start to get really really late into the night. 8 o'clock's not that bad, right? I'll probably be asleep by 12, by midnight, which is not terrible. Not terrible. I like Shoe said it's 61. Hold on, what? What? All right, let me look at that real quick. You said what? Oh my goodness. That's Victor Oladipo and Frank Kaminsky, by the way. I don't even want to look at that box score. I don't even want to look at it. I mean, just going through so far tonight, Wemby played 27 and 11. How come Wemby has played good in every preseason game except for the one we watched? We watched Spurs versus Heat, and Wemby looked awful. We watched it for Wembanyama, and he looked horrendous. Why? Why? And then in every other game, he's looked good? I mean, I don't know how he looked tonight. I could just look at the box score. He had 27 points. He did have 7 turnovers. 3 steals, a block, 4 assists, 11 rebounds, 7 for 7 from the foul line, 2 for 3 from three-point range, 9 for 13 overall. So he shot it really well. Probably looked good, except for the 7 turnovers. Stephon Castle played. That must have been fun. Don't tell me what's his name played. Don't you tell me Dylan Harper played. Don't you tell me the number 2 overall pick played. He did play. 22 minutes, 4 for 8 from the field. He knocked down a 3, 11 points, 8 assists. He looks awesome. And we didn't get to see him play the Heat? That's messed up. That's messed up. Just that said, if it's a bad game, we can switch a ditch. Yeah, we'll make that decision during the game for sure. For sure. He said Rockets, Pels sounds interesting. If the starters play, that's the thing. Here's the thing. I'll just tell you. I have not looked to see what's winning so far. But I would simply just tell you. Right? Why can't? Okay. I'll also tell you. If we go to it, the second to last game is usually when teams sit the starters. And then the last game is like the dress rehearsal. So they usually play the starters a little bit more to get ready for the regular season. Pistons Cavs here is their 3rd preseason game for each. No, 4th. 3rd for the Pistons, 4th for the Cavs. So they have more preseason games to play, so might get a little weird with who's playing. Then you have Rockets Pelicans. This is the 3rd preseason game for both of those teams. Wouldn't be surprised if they sit some guys. And then you got Thunder Bucks. They're both playing the last preseason game of their preseason here. And so, that is the 4th game. Well, it's the last one for the Thunder, 4th game for the Bucks. So I would expect the Thunder to play all their guys. I don't know if that changes any of your decisions, but Just that's it. It's a tie, so we can bounce back and forth. All right, let me look at it now. It is a tie. Pistons, Cavs, Rockets, Pels. Oh, okay. I'll make the decision as to which one I pick, and then, like you said, we could probably bounce back and forth. That's fine, I guess. We could do that. Oh, Rockets, Pels are winning now. Okay. I'll wait on it. Rockets, Pels. Let's hope Zion plays. I'll tell you what. This is what we're going to do. I'll set up for both games. If, we find out that Rockets, Pelicans are sitting all their guys, we'll do Pistons, Cavs. If we find out Pistons, Cavs, they're sitting a bunch of guys, we'll do Rockets, Pels. We'll make the decision on the fly. It's tied between both teams, so we know it's one of these two games. Be here tomorrow for one of these two games. It's a little extra work for me to set up for both teams, but it's fine. We'll set up for both teams. So we'll do that. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. We've made a decision here. We'll get there. AP said, let's see Zion. If Zion plays, AP, I would love to see Zion if Zion plays. But, so if he plays, maybe we do the Pelicans game. If not, maybe we'll do the Pistons Cavs game. But we'll figure it out. It is preseason. Normally, during the regular season, it'd be easier to figure it out that way. But, so. K Hazy, Just Dad, Andres, AP, Mark, Lionel Monis, I Like Shoes, Nick Yak, the Madrasi Travel Channel. What's up, Madrasi? Hattie, my man Vlad tonight. He's going to eat something good. Got the victory. My man Hattie. Appreciate everybody for hanging out with me. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Remember to brush your teeth before bed. Get a good night's sleep. Take a shower. Some of y'all stink. And I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. I'm out. Bye. Hold on. I forgot something. I want to make sure I do this from now on. Hold on. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. I want to make sure I do this from now on. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Shout out to all the members on the channel. Johnny Miller, Jose NYC, Roger G-Wall, OG Rue, Susan, Miguelito, Hernandez, Shot Collins, James Sumler, Ellie Muskoff, El Tigre, 2031, Knicks will be 2026 champs. CP's true Mets suck. Shout out my man CP over there covering the Mets. It was a complete downfall this year, so I feel bad for you, but not really. David Miskelly and my man Mark, appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Want to make sure I shout everybody out at the end of the night. Something we're going to get used to. Appreciate y'all. I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye. Also, my man Rodney. Appreciate you, Rodney. Catch you on the next one.